Showtime in 60 seconds. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
The way this cat's thinking, he's like, man, I am living high on a hog. I got my claws, I got my balls.
Yep.
I'm hanging out with this cool dude. He's got a bunch of hot bitches over here. I'm just cool.
Yeah.
Then one day he yokes me up and takes me to this place, and they pull out all my fingers and they cut my balls off.
Yeah.
Man, this dude's not the dude I thought he was. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Life's much better with claws and balls.
Wow.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Welcome. Sorry for the delay. Takes a while for me to get stretched out. Brett, if you'd like to get a picture of my shirt today, honoring the great Kurt Angle. Woo! Look at that, buddy. Woo! Steel City Angle.
I just saw a thing on him getting his neck fixed. That guy's in a lot of pain.
That poor guy. Kurt Angle, man, was one of the coolest ever. Remember back on the 98 Rock days? And I don't know, Lummy, if we can... we might have a few of them, but he would call in and with his wife...
that was... we have those. 06, 07, 08.
Yeah, we need to make those... Maybe we need to work on, we may give this to Gary Cantrell or somebody that can whittle those down to some best ofs and some shorts, because... I think we did a short about how he took like 75 pain pills a day or something like that.
Yes,
we did. We did a few Angle videos last year.
She started calling in more than he did.
I know. And she's just about unbelievable. She might be...
She knows how to work.
She might be in person. Now, Dan, of course, we know he's a plastic surgeon. But, Anna certainly knows. But like women can really, really put on the makeup and be very photogenic and look very beautiful. And then they take their makeup off and you're like, oh my God.
Where'd your eyebrows go?
Where'd everything go? And so I actually, because I worked at TNA for a while and had a lot of interaction with Karen, because at that time she was kind of blasting Jeff Jarrett, remember?
Yeah.
Remember, we got the phone call.
Sure did.
But anyway, I saw Karen like in the makeup chair getting her makeup done, and I, had a lot of conversations with her as she just was walking in to the makeup chair. If you get your makeup done for TV or things like that, they have usually like 2 or 3 women, and you sit in this chair, and they'll be doing like 2 or 3 people at the same time. I mean, like they're each doing somebody because they gotta churn it out. Every wrestler was, they put a little makeup on you, just to make you look better for TV. Even me being the dumb backstage announcer, like they airbrushed me, a little bit. But I saw Karen when she first literally got in the chair, and they want you to have nothing on.
Right, complete fresh slate.
Right, I mean, not as far as nudity. I'm talking about
I know your face, all the makeup.
The rule for women, none of the rule for dudes were just show up. Like, guys don't. We don't have foundation and eyelashes, and we don't have any of that. Well, let me take that back.
I'm like, you better walk that back
yeah,
right now.
Let me walk it back about a little bit and say, most of us dudes roll around natural, but there are some. I mean, the guy from Poison, what's the dude's name from Poison?
Shannon Sharp.
No,
Brett
not
Michaels.
Shannon Sharp.
Wasn't he accused of wearing makeup?
Shannon Sharp was a wide receiver for the Packers.
I know who he
bitch.
is.
But
he's wearing makeup.
Brett and like Carrot Top. I just literally saw an interview with Carrot Top, and I'm like, dude, I mean, maybe some dudes can pull off the eyeliner and stuff.
Johnny
I don't
Depp.
know.
He's
Depp.
unrecognizable.
Johnny Depp can probably pull off the eyeliner. Maybe Brett
40
might.
scarves.
Maybe Brett. There are a few men that can probably pull off a tinge of eyeliner.
Yeah, Carrot Top can't pull off anything.
He's not.
Not even like abs and biceps.
No,
he
everybody,
can't pull
listen.
Just a weird
Carrot
looking
Top
dude.
started out like you saw him in January of one year, and he just looked like normal. And then you saw him like Christmas of that same year, and he looked literally like the Macho Man. He was just like jacked up, just like, "Arr!" I'm like, man, listen, buddy, no, I don't care how hard you worked in the gym. For a year, you cannot get as vascular and as big as Jimmy Cleavis naturally. You just can't.
Nope.
Dan, right?
I agree.
I mean, you could get in really good shape and stuff, but you can't put on in a fiscal year naturally. Naturally, you can't put on 30 pounds of pure muscle.
No way.
Not a skinny white guy.
No, no
Not
way.
In the
anyone.
Marine Corps, then.
In the Marine Corps. He was in the Marine Corps at whatever
Oh, you
resident.
mean like Brent Hatley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Brent put on like 30 pounds
He
of muscle?
sure did.
In 8 weeks?
I know.
In 3 months, 20 pounds of muscle.
It was 20,
Oh, sorry.
not 30. And I could see where listen, Carrot Top's 45 when he did this.
I sent you a picture of him too.
Yeah, hold on.
Top.
Brent Hatley.
Brent Hatley. I think Brent Hatley. Oh man, I'm looking at all the Samantha Fox pictures that you sent me, Lummy.
Yeah.
You can listen. Rhett, do not broadcast this, okay? Promise me. I'm gonna put an image up on screen. Just you and the Mach.
You want me to send you a couple more
No,
pictures?
I don't. But
Okay.
look, hold on.
No, not of her,
Look,
but-
this is the best picture that you sent of her yesterday. Hold on, let me show you. Oh Jesus, not that one. Damn it, that's after she got some knockers and was blasting Paul Stanley.
Oh, it's not the one with the autograph.
No, this is this
That was
is
my favorite.
by far the hottest
Oh, yeah.
natural look. That's what she looked like when I blasted her.
Just letting them things stang.
Oh.
Yes.
Now,
Look at 'em,
Dan,
just
Dan,
propped
can I
up.
ask you a question? This is let me make it a little
She's
bit.
very
Let me make it a little bit bigger.
areolas.
Dan, let me ask you a question. This is absolutely in your wheelhouse. Are those are natural? Aren't
Yes, they are.
I mean, those are natural. Wow.
Yep. Unbelievable.
Those are like really nice hangers, are they not?
Perfect.
And then she went on, Dan, and got these, and I think that you will be able to.
Too much.
Yeah, well, I think you can tell that. Hold on, where are those? Where'd they
go?
No, not those. I'll wait till you guys see this one. Hold on, this one right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Those
yeah,
have been done. They
I
almost
love the
look same.
70s. I got to try to find the one, Lummy, where you sent me. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's get off Samantha Fox. Yes, I had sex with her in 1989, July.
Yeah, but they look pretty good though. Woo.
That was the big payoff for our 6 millionth download on our podcasting world.
It's a great story.
It was a great story, and we played a couple we played a B-96 air check.
Oh yeah.
We really need to look into that. One, we need to look into getting that audio.
No, I found a lot more last night.
All right, so let me listen. You need to get into one. We need to get a hold of the people
Okay.
And well, I guess Red, we don't even need to we can just record it, can't we?
Yeah, we can grab
I
that
mean, we
audio.
don't have to even have their permission because it's our stuff.
Yeah, it's yours.
Yeah.
So
then what's the protocol on that? We grab it. We download it and then we put it up on, our various pages.
You got it.
Some of that stuff probably needs to be put on Bubba Army HQ in the archive sections. Mike Rowe might need to build
a little air check.
1980, 86 to 2000, whatever.
Perfect.
Young Bubba air checks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So and we take all of those that we can find and put those up, but we also make video. I don't know. Maybe we don't make videos of them. Maybe we keep them just exclusively on Bubba Army HQ.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
I think they'll do good on video.
So you offer them on HQ and YouTube.
Yeah,
and
'cause
Facebook.
People on YouTube are reposting our crap anyways and getting views. So
yeah,
we
son
should
of
be
a
able to do it.
bitches. So Dan, there's no way. I don't care how hard you work. If you start out looking like I'm trying to say like who's somebody like real skinny that we know like
SJL.
Like Tuttle.
yeah like Tuttle. Let's say you start out like that like Tuttle, and in 1 year you
look like much.
You look like this. Now I'm telling you. That's DECA, that's test, that's growth, that's
all at the same time.
What did he look like before? He really was like just a skinny.
Let me see if you can find Carrot Top before steroids. And I think I've had Carrot Top on the air before.
You sure have.
Yeah, let's do something on him. But like Dan, there's no way. Maybe not even Herschel. Well, maybe Herschel. Herschel Walker did.
He didn't look like that in 1 year, in 6 months.
Right. True.
Nope.
True.
That took
and
years.
I guarantee you that Carrot Top just went to the gym and worked out hard. He didn't do 1,000 push-ups a day.
No.
Right?
Mm-mm.
So I'm just saying. But Carrot Top is one of these dudes that wear eyeliner. And I saw him last week on some interview. I think he's done with his. I think he's over. I don't know. I think he's officially over. I think him and I have something in common. Pop culture, or I don't know, life has quit us.
Well, he's still in
the
Vegas.
the entertainment business has quit us officially.
He's in Vegas though. He does a.
Dan, one of my biggest regrets. This was on yesterday's podcast, the 6 millionth download celebratory podcast. It's available wherever you get your podcasting. Just type in The Bubba Army or go to Bubba Army HQ and download it from there. But in 2006, Dan, I don't tell a bunch of, like, my stories I may drop, I don't know if I play the name game or I try to drop names, but all the names that I drop, I saw somebody posted, like, Bubba's such a name dropper. Well, I think name droppers are for people that really don't know the people they're name dropping, or they've had very little interaction. When I name drop like a Howard Stern or like a Larry Bird or a Tony Stewart or a Hulk Hogan or, a Deion Sanders, I genuinely know these people. You know what?
Yeah, name droppers are like, like Noah Ryder's secondary friends. Like, oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, hold on. If you don't have their phone, if you have their personal cell phone, then it's not name dropping. And I have Tony Stewart's personal cell phone. I still have Hulk Hogan's. I wonder if I should just call him one day.
You should.
Yeah, I wonder how that would go.
Why not?
Hello?
He'd be a bitch if he didn't answer.
Hello. Oh no, my number's changed.
That's
so
right.
you wouldn't even just say unknown number.
That's right.
Like, hello. What would be the first words out of my mouth?
Are you interested in solar power?
Are you interested in solar power? Do you have that extended warranty on your new car, sir? Do you know it's about ready to run out? What would? No, because the very first things out of my mouth might determine whether we are able to continue the conversation. Like if I say something smart-assy that pisses him off.
Like how's that 150 million treating you?
No.
Yeah, that would probably get him to hang up.
Yeah. I think.
Sorry.
Hey, Terry, it's Bubba. Maybe just something like that. Just something like real subtle, just like kind of humble with my tail between my legs. Hey, Terry, it's Bubba. wanted to know if we could talk.
That would be perfect. That's probably actually your only option would be something like that.
Right.
It's probably all you're
Anything
gonna be able to
clever
get
would
out.
be bad.
Right. So anyway, it's not. Here's the official name dropping. If you have their cell phone number, and then it's not name dropping. All right. So let's talk about the people that I talk about. Deion Sanders. We don't. I got his number.
Yep.
Larry Bird. I have his number. I have Tony Stewart's number, right?
Yep.
Obviously I got Hulk Hogan's number and then some, right?
Yeah.
Who else do I talk about, Lummy? Kurt
Brett
Angle.
Favre. You got his cell.
I don't have Brett Favre's cell, but Lummy does, and Brett Favre likes us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kurt
and I don't drop Brett Favre's name one time me and Favre were hanging out. No. I may say, one time me and Deion back in '96 were up in the. Well, that's true, and that wouldn't be name dropping because Deion's my guy.
You've had meals with him.
Yes.
That's one of the things I think is also like a criteria. Having a cell and also like having a meal with him.
All right, so let's go ahead and
Nash?
continue to look at mine. Kevin Nash, I've had a meal with, and I have a cell phone number. Tony Stewart, I've had several meals with and have a cell phone number. And I'll even further it. You ready, Dan? If you've been on their private jet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that I've been on a private jet with Deion, and I've been on a private jet with Tony. So that ain't
I don't think anyone
name
questions
dropping.
those two guys. those two guys you
And I've
have
been
a
on
relationship
a
with.
private jet with Hogan.
Of course.
I've never been on a private jet with Larry. And did you guys know? I did not know this until I just recently read it. But did you know that for half of Larry Bird's career, like from 79 to like 84 or 85, that all NBA teams flew commercial?
Yeah.
They actually, like the Celtics would be on your American flight going to, Chicago or something.
Yeah, just like the WNBA until recent.
Yeah, just
Thank you, Alex Stein.
You know what? The WNBA and the Players Association, and first of all, he really let Brittany Griner off kind of easy. Yeah. He just softballed
It's
her.
hard in an airport.
Right, and so, but because of Alex Stein's, accosting of Brittany Griner, whatever the hell her name. Now the WNBA fly.
Upgraded.
Now they fly private.
Yeah.
If I'm some backup guard,
teams?
Yeah.
if I'm some backup guard on the Indiana women's WNBA team, and I'm used to having to fly Southwest, but all of a sudden some, internet content jokester put Brittany Griner in somewhat of an uncomfortable situation, and now, bitch, I'm riding private. Hell to the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should all be thanking him.
They didn't start in the NBA till '89.
Yeah. So anyway, back to my. I got one more. I got to close out the looking good natural. So Dan, in 2006, I'm at Sirius XM. Let me find that picture if you can. That very infamous picture of me walking down the hallway with my leather jacket on. I look so damn good. Even I'd almost think about doing myself. It's probably the
Bend
best.
yourself over.
It's probably one of the best I've ever looked. And I'm walking down the hallway. I just got off the air with Howard because we were celebrating our first or second. This was the first week of us signing on Sirius XM and the new Howard channels. I was afternoon drive on Howard's ancillary channel 101. Well, Janice Dickinson was the next guest after me. And so there was like an 8-minute. So Howard said goodbye to me. I was walking out of the studio, and there's like an 8-minute or 10-minute commercial stop set kind of deal. And they shuffle me out and shuffle her in. And as I walk in, she's like, "Damn, who are you?" And I go, "I'm Bubba." She's like, "Are you the guy I was just listening to in the green room?" I'm like, "Yeah, I was just on the air." And she's like, "Oh my God!" And like, Dan, she told me that we needed to basically hang out this week. She goes, "How long are you in New York for?" And I'm like, "Until Friday." And this was like Monday or Tuesday. She's like, "Oh my God, we need to hang out." I completely blew her off.
Oh man, because I've always liked her.
Oh Jesus, I messed up on that one. Let me. What did you send me?
Oh, I haven't sent you anything yet.
Oh yeah.
And why did you blow her off?
Yeah.
What was the reasoning?
Heather.
Yeah, Heather.
Oh.
I mean, I just got engaged.
Ugh.
I literally just got engaged. Yeah, and all that. And all of that.
All that.
So anyway, back to Karen Angle. Let me back to Karen
Oh, yeah.
Angle. Let's get back to center here. So they would ask all the makeup women had a rule for women, female performers, that you had to have your hair in a ponytail if it was ponytailable. Does that make sense, Anna?
Yeah.
Yes, long enough. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's long enough to be in a ponytail or a bun, put it up there, and do not. I want your face needs to be freshly washed, and not an ounce of nothing on. No eyebrows, no lip liner, no eyelashes, no foundation, nothing.
Just a freshly washed
So
face.
when I would sometimes see Karen in there, just from an absolute zero makeup, freshly washed face, I'm like, she was gorgeous then, fresh out of bed. Not a lot of bitches can pull that off. You know what I'm saying? Most women, when they get out of bed, look pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, compared to what they transform themselves into when they're walking right through the doors of work, right?
There's three levels. There's like fresh out of bed. There's, made up like we normally see. And then there's the Instagram phenomenon where they do even more to it.
Oh, yeah.
And also I was like,
Filters.
wow, holy smokes, that girl don't look like that in real life.
Yeah, they actually, don't they have some of those videos where a woman there's that one, Lummy, that we watched that this girl didn't even have teeth.
Yeah.
Well,
Shit.
that was frightening.
Yeah, that's probably to the extreme.
Yeah.
But you can see girls go on there and they give these makeup tutorials, and they're actually proud that they're a dog-faced bitch to begin with, and they're literally a supermodel when they're done.
Wouldn't that be cool to be able to do
Yeah,
as a guy?
No kidding.
I mean, can you imagine if I could just,
You guys just got facial hair and that's it.
Now, Dan, somebody did tell me this, and I meant to ask you this, but that men tend to age a little bit more gracefully than women because, again, I could be wrong on this, but as far as facial lines and things like that, because men that shave every day or shave a lot or are clean shaven for the most part, that you're actually taking, as you shave, that you're actually taking a layer of skin off, and that makes your body produce new skin or rejuvenate skin. Every time you shave, you're basically taking a small little zillionth layer off. Is that true?
Yeah, it's like microblading. And, it's one of the reasons I do shave every day. I think it's one of the reasons I look younger than my age, and that's because I shave literally 6 days a week.
So I'm saying that there is some truth to that.
I think so.
So there's some truth to and women who don't shave aren't
Right.
constantly, if you're a daily shaver, or let's say, at least Monday through Friday shaver, maybe the weekend you let it go a little bit, as most businessmen sometimes will do.
Yeah, on a Saturday or Sunday, just kind of not shave.
If all you got is Saturday a little Danny football game, and a Sunday a pool party, just hanging out by the pool, you may not shave. You may not shave till Monday morning. But women who never shave, or if you are with a woman that shaves, you might want to rethink that. But
ask her if she shaves her balls.
yeah. If you're with a woman that shaves, she probably does shave her balls too.
Testicles.
One would say.
I say you went into those transformation.
Yeah, one of those videos where she's
Yeah, she's
literally.
a Packers fan.
Oh, that's great.
Bill Paco.
All right, hold on. So Dan is that you're saying that what I heard is actually factual.
Yes.
Because a guy shaves every day, taking a small little layer of skin off, that causes the body to have to rejuvenate collagen and all, whatever, which could in turn make you look younger.
Yep, I have the scrotum of a 30-year-old.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank God he didn't have the belt on me, because he might lose it for that. All right, so here we go. Here's this chick. Now, if you see,
First cup.
Let me. Maybe I
She's like an
shouldn't.
old
Maybe I
grandma.
shouldn't play the video, the audio, because we're gonna get a copy strike on the deal.
Yeah.
So I'll just play the video. Here's this chick, and she has no teeth.
Yeah, but you know what? They found out she pulled him out to get caps, which they say sunk her face in a little bit when she got him pulled out for the caps.
So now, but she puts dentures in.
Yeah, she did it on purpose. She didn't like the way her teeth looked, so she pulled them out.
Were they really jacked before?
They're probably really jacked up. I
She
mean,
looks like she's jacked.
Dan, how painful it is to get all your teeth pulled.
One of the most painful things I've ever been through was getting my wisdom teeth pulled, because it hurts.
Well,
Right.
what are you, the Three Stooges now? Jesus Christ. the kookiness coming out of you today. Did you eat cookie?
I must have cookie Fruit Loops.
You must have, because Jesus. But I mean, like, in order to get either dental implants, like which all the movie stars get, right? They get the actual, like, where they put a post into your skull and then put a tooth on top of that post.
Those are the best ones because you don't lose bone growth.
Right. So I'm saying, but those are, one, very expensive, and two, is it really, really, really painful, or they put you under?
They usually just numb it locally.
But in order to get the posts put into your jawbone
To your face.
into your face, they have to pull the existing tooth, correct?
Correct.
So does that mean, do we have 32 teeth, 31 teeth?
32.
Okay. I was right on that.
Yeah.
So
It's a nice even number. Most of us have an even number of teeth.
So now is 32 including wisdom or no?
Yes.
All right. I mean, we all.
So most of us roll around with like 28.
Yeah, 28.
Minus a couple.
Like, I think I have all my wisdom teeth, but one pulled. I think my upper.
You got it removed as an adult?
Yeah, we overpull wisdom teeth, I think. I mean,
Really?
we're designed like sharks. The reason sharks have extra teeth is when they lose one, the teeth kind of roll in.
They got one in the back.
And so if we kept our wisdom teeth when we would lose a tooth because of decay or injury, we'd have those extra teeth
Back
coming
when we were
in.
caveman and we were like meat terrors with our teeth, we needed those back willies for
Right.
backups.
Exactly. Because by
Right.
the time you're 15, if you lost most of your teeth, you wouldn't be able to chew any
Right.
food.
So at least you had your 4 big ones in the back to
Right.
to get through that big Tyrannosaurus burger that you're trying to eat.
Right.
So you're saying now as a society, we're like, man, they all 4 need to go because we are refined now and we don't ever really need those. And they're all gonna and now usually wisdom teeth become problematic, don't they?
Yes, for orthodontics usually. At least that was for me because my parents put thousands of dollars into braces, and when the wisdom teeth come in, they shift everything.
Right. They sometimes crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
And I had enough teeth. My parents were like, "You got enough big teeth.
You do.
You
You're
aren't very
done."
tooth friendly.
You're very
Thank you.
you're very tooth aggressive.
Thank you
So-
so much.
And so I think I've had, but my doctor that pulled my wisdom teeth years ago, he was like, listen, I only see 3 that could potentially be a problem. That 4th one that's hanging out, my 4th one that's hanging 10 on the right, he's like, unless it pushes through and starts causing you a problem, I'm just going to leave it because it looks like it's done. It looks like it's not going anywhere. So I have 3 of my 4 pulled. But Dan, in order to get these, we'll call them Steve Harveys, because Steve Harvey probably has arguably the biggest, baddest, like
He's got a strong teeth game.
It's overly noticeable that he's got fake teeth.
Yeah, I mean, he
Right.
looks like the donkey from Shrek. I
Right.
mean, he's got some teeth.
Like, let me maybe send me like a Steve Harvey
And
deal.
they're
Like,
super white.
Like, I mean, when you go to the tooth implant dude, do you say like, hey, I want some Steve Harveys, or do I want some Steve Harvey might be like a 10 on the tooth implant world, whereas I might only want like a 7.
Well, I mean, I wonder if they're more expensive to get the giant ones.
I don't
If he had
know.
the money.
I don't know, necessarily. And like,
But a millimeter is like a mile in the mouth.
So what I'm saying
just
is
an
like-
extra millimeter or 2 makes huge
so
differences.
like if you're going to your tooth implant guy, oh damn it,
Endodontist.
hold on. If you're going to your tooth implant guy, right, and you're like, hey, listen, buddy, I don't want to have my mouth. I don't want to have my 2 front teeth. Don't need to be the size of basketball courts.
I want to be
okay?
able to close at the garage.
Right. So like, those are obvious. Now, Dan, do they pull all the teeth that are just visible and maybe leave your back molars?
Well, there's 2 ways of doing
just
it.
based on your smile?
There's 2 or 3 different ways of doing it. One is also just filing the tooth down, leaving the root, and leaving a living tooth, and then putting like essentially like a massive crown on all
I
of
think
them.
that's what
Most people do.
Right.
They shave them down and put crowns on them.
Right.
Caps, whatever you want to
get
call them.
like you got little Andre the Giant corn teeth for like a day before they put the caps on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Andre the Giant for the size like he had the littlest little corn teeth. They probably would have looked huge in our mouth, but in his mouth they looked like little corns.
Well, when you grow a foot after puberty, that's sometimes your
So
body
Dan-
doesn't match the things that stop growing.
So within the tooth replacement, implant world, you're saying that most people just take their original teeth, grind them down so that there's a real good root, and then put a cap over them.
Like if you see a 25-year-old hot chick that gets her teeth done, that's what she's doing. She's not getting them pulled.
Yeah, but how about
she'd lose her mandible and her maxillary bone, and that would be bad.
Oh,
that would be bad.
Yeah, as a bitch,
like this girl's going to do.
You don't want to. You don't want to lose your maxillary and blah blah blah. But
No,
this
then you
bitch
get that caved-in
obviously,
face.
this chick obviously had them all pulled.
Ugh.
And then they gave her these new set of teeth that are removable, and you don't.
She can like snap them in. It's weird.
So what happens is with the snap-in teeth, they put a couple posts into the bone.
She has like 4 metal posts.
Right, exactly, and they just click in.
All right. So they put like a couple of foundation spikes for you to get on, a couple guides. Anyway, here is a girl that's on like this. Just shows you how us men. Well, I guess you could be a real ugly dude, pull all your teeth, have dentures, and then but it wouldn't be near the transformation.
She's got the makeup, she's got the breast, she's got the teeth.
By the way, so if you look at her here, she looks like a small-breasted, toothless gum chick from Kentucky
or Pinellas Park. Just
no. This is way
worse.
Yeah, this is like more like
Appalachia.
No, yeah,
Appalachia.
Popka.
This is probably a Popka.
Popka, one traffic light.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. So she
loves the Packers.
She loves the Packers. I don't know what she's doing here. Again, it looks like she's just kind of blow dry. So it looks at this point she just has blow dried her hair out now, and maybe put on some Dan. Do they have boobs that you can just put on?
Yeah,
she has big boobs.
Okay.
I think she was hiding them in the first.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't know
You're
what
like, ew, still gross.
Still gross. All right. So now
even worse.
Now, worse. God. Even worse. Now you look like you cracked yourself out. All right. Now, still,
hair looks better, but
are those extensions?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Extensions. Now she's getting ready to paint on the war face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Like,
so
now you look weird.
Okay. Now you look weird because you look like you have hot chick's eyebrows, but you still got crushed in denture mouth. Okay. Looks like this and that. Still not good. Now she looks pretty damn good because she's hiding her mouth, but her eyes are on point. Like that's pretty hot. Nice cleavage.
Okay.
Like, come
that's like
on.
a 9.5.
Yeah, that's like, Dan, you see that in a bar and you're single. You're like, hell yeah. I'm trying at least. Maybe you and Jimmy Cleaver's the only ones have chances, but I'm just saying.
But she looks completely different.
Oh, my God. Quite frankly, she looks beautiful.
She's stunning.
If
you keep going, I think she puts on the outfit.
Oh, she does?
Maybe. I can't remember.
This is amazing. This should be illegal.
Yeah. Keep going. You'll see the boobies
this should
in a
be
second.
illegal.
Oh,
Man.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I mean, hell yeah.
Yeah. That's what you get the next morning.
But that's what chicks can do. Chicks can do that.
I honestly don't understand how they do it. And I'm one of them, but I can't do makeup like that.
No. You're not one of them.
No, I mean, but I see
teeth.
some. I know I got
like
teeth.
your natural teeth.
teeth.
Just the only thing you'd have to do to your teeth is brush them, which is what we all do. So you brush your teeth. That's your only tooth, concern.
Yeah,
then
and
I'm
floss,
thinking.
of course.
Then I'm thinking the way that you do your hair has a lot to do with how cute you can pull off.
Are you talking about me or just women in general?
You.
Oh, okay.
And the way you accentuate your ass. How you showcase your ass and how you do your hair probably are the two foundations of how cute you can pull off. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to take the time to do your hair, then you're going to do your makeup, and then you're going to put on those tight,
donkey-friendly bottoms.
Yeah. And then you're going to have it all tied together, and you're going to look good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Better.
If she does her hair, she's putting on lipstick and
Right. When you try, I mean, like even today you look naturally cute.
Thank
you know why? I don't even know your schedule. I don't hardly ever talk to you outside of work unless it's business related. But did you roll last night?
I did not, but I did go on a 2.5-hour bike ride.
You did?
Yeah. We like going to Clearwater and checking out all the Scientology stuff. It's really freaky. It's really disturbing.
Are they taking over the world?
I
Are
don't
they
know.
taking
We went
over
to their
Clearwater?
like intelligence headquarters yesterday. It's just really eerie.
Now, are you allowed to go in there?
No, we're not. So
Oh.
Yeah, security usually escorts you off their property.
yeah, but we get right up to the edge of what's allowed.
Like what now?
But it's really disturbing. But we like going there because it's beautiful waterfront property and it's never busy. And you just see a few people trickling around that look like they work in a hotel. They don't. They're Scientologists.
Another brainwash.
Yep. It's
Now,
it's freaking weird.
What happens when you have breached the Scientology comfort zone? Like, what
The
happens?
security comes out and asks you to please get off the premises, or they will call the police on you.
Yeah, I
for
haven't had that
trespassing.
happen yet, but I'll look into their little quote storefronts that aren't really storefronts. They just buy up all the property and it'll say things like "live, laugh, love" or something. It's like it's a fake storefront.
It's like a gutted building.
Yes. But
It's empty. It's just everything is empty. It
Aren't
feels
they
so hollow in downtown Clearwater.
Aren't they taking over downtown Clearwater pretty much?
Already have.
Yeah.
Well, the
Already have.
downtown Tampa or downtown Clearwater is already trying to they're trying to buy the businesses back. They opened that huge park on the waterfront.
Right.
Coachman Park.
And now they
it's
need
so nice.
now they need the infrastructure to be able to support that, like with eateries and food and bars and things like that. Everybody that's going down to this, I think it's a concert.
The
trailer.
Sound.
It's a
It's
band.
called the Sound.
Right. It's like a what?
It's
It's like a
awesome.
3,400. It's just right there in the middle. It's a little bigger than Ruth Eckert, but it's not quite as big as
Yes.
They used to do a lot of concerts there, but they just gave it a big facelift. You know what I mean? They updated the amphitheater
And-
made it more of
and-
a sit-friendly.
and the Scientologists. So the nearest place for you to go and get some, either pre-party or post-party, whatever you just watched at this new venue, you would be downtown Clearwater. And downtown Clearwater has, over the last 15 or 20 years, the Scientology has
overrun.
just bought out, picked off all these mom and pop businesses that were down there, the theater.
And little like hotels, motels. It'll say something like Clipper and have like an emblem of like a sailboat, and it always just says no vacancy.
Well, yeah,
and you
there's,
never see people around there. There's cameras everywhere.
Well, no, that's where the Scientology stay.
Stay. I know.
It's
But what I'm
dorms.
saying is like it's not just that area. They've expanded. It's crazy.
Dan, it's just yes or no. There's no other details, and if you cannot talk about it, then say I can't talk about it.
Fifth.
I just go fifth. There's so many to choose from, but I like the fifth. Have you ever done any work on a Scientologist?
I don't think so.
He's a good guy, even though he's a...
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
The city of Clearwater's been buying up a lot of. They're building like hotels or high rises.
And it's weird because there's a lot of them there, but they're never out. You'll just see one or two walking on the street.
It's like an anthill. We only see a couple ants, and all of us are hiding.
They're walking groups.
But they don't though, not in giant groups. And then I'll see one, and I'll like make eye contact with them, and I just want to be like,
You say that? Do you do that?
We should do. See if they can hear. So we do a lot of seafood. You can't really get there. They have this one off-site big warehouse that everything gets delivered to. In 7 days, ordered a shit ton of food. Just nicest people to deal with.
really?
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
When
Where do they
want
align
something,
politically?
Republican.
Really?
What?
Freedom of religion. Freedom of, they're gonna do their own thing.
Yesterday we smelled barbecue, and I was like, "You be cooking them body thetans? What's going on? Xenu special?" I want to ask him about it so bad.
They're on channel now, TV.
What?
Channel 6. Channel 6 is the Scientology channel.
For real?
Yeah, on Spectrum.
I wanna ask him questions.
Sometimes they'll answer. They usually
Really?
have like little boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see one guy like sitting at the front desk, and I'll just like look at him. I'm on my bike. Just,
They want your money.
who doesn't? He be cooking them body thetans, bitch. I will. Ryan. Dude, I wore this jacket to Thanksgiving and it smells like fucking stuffing. Yeah, it's fucking creepy as fuck. But it is awesome because there's no crowds ever, so it's kind of cool. Ain't nobody want to come by.
Russell 91, good morning. Cape Hours, what up, Camp Scott?
What's up? I gotta call you the police.
Big Buck, good morning. Yeah, Camp Scott, fun. Danielle Ashley, Jay Bowler, Gary Cantrell, good morning.
Maria, I voted for you yesterday.
I know, I talk about
What's up, Purple Lips?
You can also pay for votes. Seems a little odd, but that's okay. Pay for like 20 votes. Which I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Just fucking donate it. Your own shit.
What's this for?
Your own shit. It's for the greatest baker. Yeah. She won 10 grand. Goes on and on.
Some Bulldog. Dutch Duke.
Her name is Princess Glitterhead.
Holyoke Joe. Simon.
Oh, Jesus.
Chicks for Guns 2X. Good morning, thumbs up Peterborough. Dan Orlando. Snizzlux Lazaire. Dutch Duke. Big E 7375. I'm gonna call you the police. Well, he gets paid every time he orders more tests than scoliosis.
Oh,
Hey, Mary Guatemala. Big E.
that's what that chick has.
What?
They like snap onto that.
Yeah. You see how the bones just roll around it? How it's like dipped?
Mm-hmm. And teeth are not bone, right? I looked that up. I think they're not bone. They're something else.
Teeth are not really bone, though. It's enamel. It's different.
You know, Kevin R.
What's up? Useless knowledge
I don't
904.
understand how
copyright.
they do it with the nails.
This shit show.
How do girls have long nails? How do you do anything?
Let's watch some 4s. 47, 6 months.
Nowhere near the rare air at the top of the heap.
I mean, we know what's important.
More like the bottom feeders existing on the scraps of society.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Actually, Lummy, I figured out how to do TikTok, so I could post something to TikTok. I just posted my shirt of the day on Facebook and Twitter. So I just need you and Anna to give me an Insta and a tick.
Okay.
If you could, please. I'm going to start doing that on a daily basis.
All right.
Just paying homage to those, because I wear some weird stuff. Like, I'll wear a racetrack T-shirt or a David Gravel shirt or a Leah Pruitt shirt or a whatever dude Snoopy shirt or a happy smiley face or a Mummy Investigates or Planet Dan or Anna Q Club. I just wear, different shirts. I think I have a shirt of Vince Lombardi. I think yesterday's shirt was Scarface.
Yes, it was.
It's just whatever I like. I wear my shirt. Sorry. Hopefully that's okay with y'all. Yesterday's podcast is really doing well. And, we used to put a whole bunch of stuff up on podcasting, but I think it takes from the exclusivity of the other. If we just put non-exclusive stuff on the podcast, then it just waters down that product for people, whether it's watering down our Facebook, YouTube, mostly our YouTube presence, or whether it's watering down, the newly reskinned and redesigned Bubba Army HQ, which is where we're pushing. Right, Lummy, at the end of the day, we'd like everybody, including visual. We're going to have a visual aspect of that.
Yeah.
But we're trying to push everybody to Bubba Army HQ. That and probably pretty much YouTube. That's it. Not it. It's not. I wouldn't say that's it, but we're trying to really, really, really build that.
Well,
here comes Rat. What?
Rumble has plaques now, right? Like YouTube.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they got one for 50,000.
Well, hold on. Have we hit that yet?
No.
5,000.
How many?
We're at 5,000.
Oh. Yeah, I'm excited. I thought you were going to say, we're at 44,000.
Oh, no. If you mention it one time, maybe a couple people tell a couple other people, and then...
Yeah, go to our Rumble page. It's kind of a cool way to watch us. Or at least go get a Rumble account. It's RUMBLE, rumble.com.
And then, if for whatever reason the YouTube show gets taken down because of copyright, like yesterday, then you can go check out the show on Rumble because it's not really an issue over there.
Yesterday's show did get taken down on YouTube. I'm in the midst of cleaning it up and getting it. You got to get you get copywritten, then you got to mute it or you got to trim it. It literally sometimes could take a week or two to get all your little, because they can't do multiple issues. They can only do one at a time.
Yeah, it's like an automated editor. Dolly and Cher got us hard yesterday.
Yeah, Dolly and Cher got us hard yesterday. So anyway,
and we were pro them too.
But Lummy,
was it pro? Was it just too much of them on there?
No, it was that we used the CBS Fox feed of the halftime. I probably. What I probably messed up, Red, is I probably shouldn't have played the audio. We may have gotten by, or do they do?
No, it was the video. It was the first one was the Cher Thanksgiving Day parade.
And NBC had that. Whoever broadcast had that locked. They got that locked down.
And then it was the song too, and then it was the footage from the football game. And
it's my fault. It really is.
It's okay.
So on days that we get locked down on YouTube, if you want to visually go watch the show, have a little Rumble, like a little Rumble backup or something. Rumble.com, and then search the Bubba Army and. What do you follow or subscribe? What is it? A follow? It's probably a follow, ain't it?
Yeah, just hit the follow button. Looks just like.
All right, so here's where my headspace is. So on Mondays the after show. See, we have a main show. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and that runs from 6 until 10 a.m. on various visual places like YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. We used to be able to throw in a Facebook and Twitter. Back up there visually, but we're in the middle of some software issues and things like that. And so it seems like bandwidth-wise, we can only do those three, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. We're always visually live on that, or we're heard on your local terrestrial radio station, Tampa, AM 820, over in Pinellas County, 98.3, 103.1 in Fort Walton Beach. What is the Rattler in Phoenix now?
98.1.
98.1 in Phoenix, Arizona, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a lot of different, you can listen to us, that way as well. And then we have a whole, after 10 a.m., we have a whole other life that a lot of you people may not know about. And we always have an after 10 a.m. at between 10:15 and 10:20. We're always doing an after show, an uncensored after show somewhere. Now on Mondays, those are exclusive to our podcast and our locals page. That's a whole, like, if you know, you know. I'm not even going to get into the whole locals deal. It's just red. I'm kind of making that more like, if you know, you know. The real hardcore Bubba Army will go over to locals.com. Go to Bubba Army. You guys will do your thing over there.
And on the Rattler, real quick, the flamethrower that they have is 1260 a.m. Just to make sure.
Oh, they got an AM flamethrower?
Yeah,
1260.
Yep.
Tell Len congratulations and send him that air check.
Will do.
Love you, Len. You've been with us for a while. How long have we been with Lynn out in Phoenix? 4 years?
About 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah.
So then on Tuesdays, now the space that I'm talking about now is just the after shows. Dan gets a little butthurt because he's not usually included in any of these because Dan's got 2, 3, maybe 4 real jobs in life.
I'm okay.
No, but you are the hardest working guy I know.
Oh, thank you.
Like we all are like, oh, we got 6 to 10, and then we got to go 10:15 to like noon, and then we got a couple more hours of stuff. Dan, man, you're like, you're a lawyer and a doctor. You just have to go home exhausted every day, not wanting to talk to anybody.
That's me.
This, you know what? Do you think that this show might be hurting your relationship with your family?
No, not at all.
Okay.
They're not up right now.
Let's just be honest. They didn't like you before
the
show.
Exactly.
All right. So on Tuesdays, and this is now again, we're in the space of after shows only, Lumbee. So Monday, those after shows are exclusive podcasts.
Yep.
And wherever you get your podcasting, you will go on Mondays, and the after show you will hear will be there. Then on Tuesdays, Lummy, it's back to the original 3, right?
Yes.
And Bubba Army HQ.
Correct.
So on Tuesdays, the after show is there. Wednesday, same thing.
Yep.
Facebook, Rumble, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Bubba Army HQ. So that is for Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yes.
For the after show. Then, Lummy, I'm doing something different now.
Oh, okay.
Then on Wednesdays, we're not going to have an after show. It goes right to the sports show.
Yes.
Okay? So, Anna, we got Wednesdays off. Yeah, get the hell out of here. You're popping those shoulders.
Yep.
Yeah, so Monday after show, let's see if we can do this together,
yes.
Okay? Because if you can comprehend it, then the average guy gear jamming in Washington can comprehend.
Let's hope so.
Okay, here we go. So Monday through Friday, we do a show 6A to 10A that's visually seen on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. Visually, okay?
Yep.
And you can go at any time and go watch that show if you'd like, okay?
Yes.
You can also audibly hear that show on Bubba Army HQ. And within that world, there's all types of parameters, search engines, back in the day, Nedbits. Like if you want to hear Drew Garabo show from back in the day, like this search engine, the new search engine that we developed and this all new site, Bubba Army HQ, quite frankly, is pretty, it takes a lot to impress me. Pretty impressive. It's very extensive. I don't know of any other radio personality that has that extensive library / content in this type of easy to navigate format. Like, it's pretty cool.
And it's going to get better.
It's like even Howard doesn't have this. And if you look at Howard being the greatest of all time, if my archives and my, Bubba Army HQ website's better than anything that he's got, well, and he's the king, makes you pretty cool, doesn't it?
Sure does.
So Monday through Friday, visually, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, audibly, Bubba Army HQ. Then Monday, now that's till 10. Now we're speaking about after 10 a.m. and these after shows that I speak of start about 10:15 to 10:20. Monday, you're not going to be able to watch that show at all. It's exclusive to our podcasting world.
Unless you're on locals.
Unless you're on locals, and that's a whole deal in itself. But for the most part, you're only going to be able to find our podcast on Monday, wherever you get your podcasting, whether it be iHeart, TuneIn, Spotify, or Bubba Army HQ. Yesterday, we celebrated our 6 millionth download with some old school Bubba B96 stuff. A story about how Scott Shannon tried to hire me away from Los Angeles after I'd already committed to Chicago. How Scott Shannon got mad then, and when he started pirate radio in Los Angeles the first week, he was calling himself Bubba the Love Sponge because I told him no, I wasn't going to go out there and do nights for him. He wanted me so bad. Dan, Scott Shannon wanted me so bad to do nights in L.A. on pirate radio circa 1989 that when I told him no and went to Chicago instead, for the first week that this radio station was on the air, he was the morning man and he called himself Bubba the Love Sponge. Just to be a dick to me.
Fish on J, 50 on the Cash App.
Did you do a cease and desist?
10 on the Cash App?
No, I federally trademarked it and then, yes. So, yes, I guess in the roundabout way, yes. That's on Mondays.
Yep.
Then on Tuesdays, from 10:15, 10:20, which is today. Today's Tuesday. It's just going to be a regular after show on on the same places that you get your morning show. The after show will be there. In fact, Tuesdays and Fridays are the only days that happens. Tuesdays and Fridays are the only days that the after show is seen on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch, and Bubba Army HQ on Tuesdays. No, and Wednesdays too.
Yep.
Tuesdays are all of us.
Yes, it is.
Wednesdays, Anna and I get off.
Sounds weird.
And Lummy and Rhett roll in here and do a sports show. Thursdays now, I'm taking it back to an exclusive podcast.
Oh.
And Lummy, it's going to probably be me, Brian, and Brent.
Oh, nice. The Killer Bees?
Yeah,
nice.
or Seth.
Okay, nice.
So if they can't make it, it'll be a Clem Cush. If they can make it, it'll be a Killer Bees.
That starts this Thursday?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Great.
Now, if one of those two couldn't make it, do you think that all of them get? Well, first of all, I think Brent gets along with Cush. Do Brian and Cush get along? Do
I'm not sure. I know Brian had or Seth had a problem with Brian one time, and I don't know if they ever fixed it.
Seth has a problem with everyone.
But
so.
I'm sure it's water under the bridge.
You think Seth's been humbled so he'll work with anybody?
Yeah.
All right. So Thursday is that's a podcast locals exclusive, that after show. And it'll be some type of combination of me, Brent Hatley, Brian Matroni, and Seth Kushner.
Sweet.
It could be all of us. It could be two of us. It could be three of us. So that's Thursdays. So Monday, podcast with us. Tuesday, delivered normally through all of our visual mechanisms with all of us. Wednesday, Lummy, all of our platforms, but it's you and Rhett Sports. Thursday, all of our platforms are gone, dead, done, dark, and it's a podcast involving me, Cush, Hatley, and Brian. Some
combination.
At least two of those four.
Would you want that on locals too?
Might as well.
Okay.
And then Friday we go back to all of our platforms with the Anna Hummel Show. Anna, do you have a standing invitation to Kevin, and is he ever going to take you up on it?
Yes, I don't know.
Because he keeps kind of, I don't know, he keeps kind of like saying he'll do it, and then he doesn't do it.
Oh, I don't think it's because he doesn't want to do it. I think it's just because he's busy or he's traveling or something like that.
But when he gives you a yes and he no-shows you, doesn't that make you mad?
He didn't no-show me. I knew he
okay.
wasn't coming last time.
Okay.
That's
all
okay.
right.
We're good. There'll be a show either way.
All right, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, on our Facebook page, I think on Instagram, I think on TikTok, I think on Facebook, I think on Twitter, we posted the Maria Guatemala
Yes, we did.
thing, and
Yes.
we're asking you to go to all of those and click on Maria Guatemala. Well, actually, if you click on the link, it takes you right to voting for her.
It does. And you can pay for votes if you want to do more than one vote a day.
Yeah.
I think you can vote every day, once every 24 hours.
So anyway, Dan, you have been the recipient. Not only does Maria Guatemala have some nice breasts, which I don't think are Diaco's, and she's hot, and she's Bubba Army, and she listens to the show, but you have certainly seen how good of a baker she is.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, she's pro level.
I mean, I'm sure over the years, you being who you are, that you've gotten a ton of breast cakes.
Yes.
Where it's a cake and it's like a girl and the middle of the cake's like her belly button and
There's like
her,
a Barbie on there.
right,
somewhere.
and then the top of the cake is usually a couple cupcakes or some type of mounds of breasts. And I'm sure because of what you do, just really nice breasts in general in the Tampa Bay area they're named. The acronym to nice breasts around Tampa are Diaco's.
Right, which is another reason why I'm so much happier as a plastic surgeon than I would be as like a urologist. Because imagine every birthday getting a D cake. That would suck.
Yes, Dan, we understand. Penis cakes aren't nearly as cool as breast cakes.
No, way cooler.
Out of all
gets
the
worse, though.
out of all
like a
the
proctologist.
yeah, I mean, yeah. What if you are a proctologist?
Gastroenterologist. Like,
yeah. What
I
if
think
you're
it
a
gets
brain
worse.
surgeon? You got a brain out, half of a head, brain. But anyway,
That's kinda cool.
Maria Guatemala.
She's currently in third.
She's in third.
Yeah, I sent you
Is she
Out
getting-
of how many?
Now is she getting smoked or is she in the
it's
running?
close. See, I sent you her website or the website to vote. It looks like you can vote once every 24 hours.
All right, here we go.
But you can pay for more votes.
Well, let's
See,
not
that's what
get
I said.
crazy.
No,
now,
I know,
we're
I'm
taking,
just-
taking
I mean,
money
we
out of
don't
my
have-
pocket.
No, I'm just saying that's
I know what I
you'll
mean.
see it.
November has already been the slowest month of I think in a long time. I mean, we're trying to pull the nose up here, buddy.
Oh no, I didn't say that. I was just letting you know why she's
Venmo,
probably in third.
Venmo, PayPal, Cash App for @ the Bubba Army. But if you got a few extra dollars, maybe you can vote for Maria too. This is her link. Oh, so let me see. Vote.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you could pay for them.
Yeah, I was just saying you get one vote every 24 hours for free.
Oh, this looks like a shakedown to me.
If you scroll down, you can see Dr. Dan's cake too. She has it in her profile.
Oh, she does?
Yep, she's
Yeah,
holding it right there.
Is it the
Right here?
first one?
Yeah.
Hold on. This.
Don't. Oh, yeah.
Now, see, I don't know that really
I know.
It's hard to
doesn't-
see.
It doesn't really give it the justice.
any justice.
But there's others.
All right, so this is some of her work, right? Let me
Yes.
click on Maria Guatemala. This is some of her work, right?
Yes.
All right, hold on here.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
It's a minion.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
The first picture we saw too is the one that she made for Walker.
Yeah, and she understands. She makes all the icing. She makes
The
all the
fondant, yeah.
the Louis Vuitton.
Vuitton.
Oh, that's pretty cool, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see what her competition
You see
is.
that one?
because-
Did we see that one all the way to the right that's a pyramid sort of looking thing?
This
yeah.
one is
Yeah,
a-
it looks really colorful. Oh, that's beautiful.
Ooh.
With the
She-
Joker hat?
She is listen, maybe she won't win, but she should.
That's the one she made
I mean,
for
she
Walker.
absolutely. Yeah, this is the cake she made for Walker. Look at that. That's a cake.
It's unbelievable.
That is actually a cake. It's not like it's not like something
amount
like a
of
toy
detail.
that you buy. How do you look at our competition?
Let me see if I.
By the way, go to our Facebook page or our Twitter,
If you go up and hit,
and we have this link for you to go vote for. You can vote for free.
Yeah, you can, and if you have a Facebook, you can log in through
Yeah.
that. It's easy. I
And
did it
sh-
yesterday.
And share it to all your friends and everything. Now, let me. How do I go to look at our
you
competition?
have to register.
Oh, okay, I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
no.
Yeah, no.
So I got to tell you, the Diaco cake, like you can't really like it looks like some like a
The
broken.
lighting isn't great.
You can't see the you just can't.
You can't see the mastery of it. It's like looking at the Mona Lisa in the dark.
Yeah. Only thing you can do is make believe that she has some nice boobs.
Right.
I mean,
Maybe that's why she put the picture in there.
what is censored on this pic?
Well, that's
No,
what she
remember she
put
put it
over,
over the
yeah,
nipples.
Yeah,
Remember?
so we could show it.
Because we were live on
Twitch.
at the time.
Yeah, well, even again, Twitch was so upset. Twitch was so uptight. And the reason why Twitch is losing almost everybody, including us, we go over there. We still dabble in Twitch. Hey, Twitch. Hey, I'm over there right now with you. I'm over there right now. I see Airtight. My boy Joe from the West Side's over here.
Sure is, and Iggy's
Yeah,
over
he's
there.
here every day.
Hey, Joe.
Every day.
Hey, Iggy.
He's up at 3 a.m.
But we had to kind of get away from Twitch a little bit. We still dabble in it. Hang out with Joe and Ig.
Stephen Billings, 20 on the super chat.
But thank you very much. We really have to have a good week. Don't forget. I mean, I hate to be overly transparent, but we got payroll Wednesday night at midnight. Whew.
Let's go.
And you know what? Dan, as an employer, will tell you this sucks. There's 2 months out of the year that have 3 payrolls in them and not 2.
Oh, I know.
And as an employer, it sucks. Well, November happens to have 3 payrolls in it. And our third usually my business is set up to run on 2 payrolls a month.
Right.
And cuz I mean it's touch and go here, right? I mean, I'm not driving Ferraris and things like that. I mean, I'm driving smart cars and 2004 Crown Vics. Please.
Nice Crown Vic though.
It's awesome. I saw the video. It looks really good.
See, I'm still holding off until I get the stickers and make a few light changes on it before I debut it. But it is badass, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Adam from Fenderworks, my Lord, fixed all the body work. And then Adam, oddly enough, both names Adam. Then Adam from the window tint place.
Advanced Film Solutions.
Advanced Film Solutions that can even, by the way, they can even he just did new Henry County schools, and he has he tinted their windows. They're barely tinted, but they're bulletproof and hurricane proof.
Really?
So he can put tint, he can put film on your home windows that are bulletproof.
T-shirt Will 25 in the Cash App and Da Havoc 50 on the super chat.
We need all of it, my friends. So Dan will tell you as an employer, this happens to be, I think is it June and November that have, I think it is. November, you got a payroll because most payrolls are on, every other Thursday. Mm-hmm. But in October, our 2 payrolls were the 5th and the 19th. Well, in November, it's the 2nd, the 16th, and the 30th, which means you got a whole nother payroll. Sucks. Yes, June was the other month, the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th. Which, Dan, a lot of times as a business, your payroll is usually one of your largest expenses.
Oh yeah, payroll and rent.
Payroll and rent. You gotta have a handle on that. So listen, I need a couple good days here. I'm just going to be totally transparent with you. We're a show that's mostly funded by you people and by the Bubba Army, and even if it means you just going to our podcast and downloading a podcast, or let me go and signing up for Bubba Army HQ. Even if you just support the show that way. Or let's say that you don't have anything, no extra money, because most people don't. It's really tough times right now. A lot of people don't have a lot of extra money. Then go to our YouTube channel and just watch some of our cool videos for free. But make sure you subscribe to our channel, which is free as well. So there's ways that you can support the show without, going to Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App like the big slinging D's. I'm in the final stages of I got some updated news on. Maybe I shouldn't say this.
Oh.
Now you have to.
Well,
or maybe after the break.
No, it's involving my good friend Matt Hoxie. You guys all know Matt Hoxie.
Oh,
yeah.
Uh-oh.
And so he's going through a tough time right now. But
is it what we think
I don't want to
is?
really talk about it.
Oh no!
But I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
Can I give you my Matt Hoxie idea?
Well,
you know what?
what's the problem first?
Rather than to sit here and just beat around the bush about it, why not I just be Bubba the mother effing love sponge and just pull the trigger with the big balls that I got?
Let's go!
And just know that Matt Hoxie's going to be dancing with me and that my boy's got my back. And don't even worry about whether it works out or not. Just blurt it out. Say it like it is. Quit being a pussy.
Well, because if someone's going to bring their problems to the show, I mean, they are liable to those issues being talked about on the show. You are a radio show host.
There you go.
Yeah, you know better.
Say it again for Travis.
Semi-autograph, $120. Cash App.
Thank you.
From his brother,
Bubba
Michael.
Love Sponge can't keep no secrets. Come on now. Sorry.
Listen, rather than worry about it, I'm just going to say it.
All right.
Good call.
I'll do it next. Hold on.
Bubba.
The show's spontaneous. It's unscripted. That's its charm.
Bubba the Love Sponge. But it's a federal offense.
Bubba the Love Sponge returns after this.
No cross talk.
Fine.
I think I got Scout and Big Gulp.
Lunchtime, motherfucker.
I think I got to do PayPal Scout and Big Gulp.
Noise.
All right. 50. Thank you, Mama. 50. Scout and Big Gulp.
Thank you, Scott and Big O.
Thank you, Scout and Big O.
Dan Diaco's Giant Dong, 41 months.
Dude, Barb's in like a month and a half.
T. Lincoln Farm, 47 months.
That's crazy.
Horror, 66 months.
Bubba Roast on the 22nd.
I know. And then Barb fucking 6 weeks. It's the most wonderful time of the year. BARP.
Thank you, Stephen Billings and
Alright, I'm gonna. You're in Stealth mode. Stealth mode, Dan.
What's up, K-Dog? What's up, yo, Steve? Big ass nose. Good morning. What's up, Gary? Spencer, good morning. Good morning, Wendy.
What day's Barb? January 13th?
I believe it is. It is. My calendar here. Barb is January 13th.
What day is the 13th?
Saturday.
All right, so then the 12th and the 11th.
The 12th is 199 and Tate's and the 11th. You ready? 25's big ass nose, 37 months, House 83.
Hi, Daddy.
Wealthy.
Thank you, Senator Ross.
Man, I had a great meeting with Tom Bean yesterday.
Well, that's good. In reference to?
Huh?
In reference to? Stuff you want to talk about?
Huh?
Exactly.
Hey, Lummy.
Yes.
Whatever happened to Generator Jeff? Ha ha ha.
Rehab.
Ha ha ha.
And Generator Jeff is Generator Jeff.
Part of money.
He'll probably text me now. Oh, it's right in the, it's in the work. Blah, 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 blah.
Generator Jeff is so full of shit.
The problem is that he comes through about 10% of the time, so you always think there's a chance that he'll come through again.
At the same touch.
Maybe he comes through for you.
No. He hasn't come through for me in a long time.
With all your side deals you got going on.
Oh, he only reason I know him is because I met him when he gave me my first mortgage back in 2009.
Really?
Yeah, he was a mortgage broker.
He's done everything, huh?
Yeah. He knows a lot of people. He went to Jesuit.
What's up, Biggie? 316.
You know that Jesuit connection.
Yeah, all connected. They're all fucking connected.
What's up, Joe? From the west side. I've not heard from you personally. Do you have my new cell? Joe, I don't know if you have. Yeah, you got my new cell because you're on the council, motherfucker. So why don't you ever text me? And why don't you ever text me, Iggy? Just to say hi.
Hey, good morning, Fin 212. What are you eating, Bubba? Chat wants to know.
Who?
Chat is asking what you're having.
A baked potato
and a piece of steak. And that's just Chat doing honest, dirty work is what the fuck it is.
Pardon? The tree looks so good.
Okay, bro.
I plugged in my Christmas tree and the fucking lights don't work.
Is it
Pre-lit.
Yeah.
So they just blink white.
Hold on, Dan. Say that story.
We bought a tree.
What'd you say, Bob?
Say the story.
We have a tree too.
Even outside lights too, they're making cheap.
Because they're all made in China.
Joe from the West Side, what are you doing? Why aren't you? Why aren't you chatting with me here on Twitch? Huh?
You're a
Say,
maggot.
you're
You're
a
a maggot.
monologue.
You're a maggot.
Come on.
Dan, who are you telling to fuck off to?
The world.
No, what's the problem?
I said he can't say it how Donald Trump says it because he's a racist. Then now he says China.
All right, hold on, just hold on. Hold on with all that nonsense.
Reminds me
But if I say Italy, it's not racist.
No.
You're hearing the world through his prism.
You got a sick and twisted world perspective.
That's almost a challenge for me now.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love.
Tommy and I could camp. As a kid, I used to camp. Me and Larry Plummer.
Oh yeah.
Would go out and literally camping would be the would be the equivalent to just being in your backyard. Like literally, 40 feet away from your house, and you just would go, camp out.
Well, you can't be too far from the fridge.
Well, and then you just pee in the bushes.
Yeah.
And
I'm good, but just like on a lawn chair by the pool, that's camping out to me.
Yeah, but did you ever do that as a kid? Like camp
when I was
out?
a kid, yeah, my mom, we camped in the backyard a couple times.
Right. But do you think that you are rugged enough nowadays to camp? Like, I think I could camp out.
No,
I can camp out. Yeah.
No, Dan, you won't even open the windows up when it gets to be like window opening season. Do you know how many people in this area, probably half of everybody, opened their windows up last night because we're so stuffy with air conditioning. We probably, out of all the states in the country, maybe Arizona, but we probably run our air conditioning in this particular state more so than almost anybody.
Well, they don't have the humidity out west, so at night it cools off. And we do, so it doesn't cool off here at night. So we probably do run it more in Florida.
Yeah, so we probably run our AC more in Florida than anywhere in the continent. Well, in the whole yeah, probably in the whole USA.
Mm-hmm.
So that feels. I don't know. Fresh air is so good for you.
Yeah.
It really is. And all we are, for the most part, is exposed to recycled AC Willie.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I have the opportunity to open up the windows, man, I let it rip. Even when it gets down to the 40s,
that's the best, and you're all snuggled. And
you don't have to necessarily open the window up wide open, but you at least crack it half to a quarter, and you just, oh God. One, Lummy, I guess we are probably a little more conscious about our power bill than numbnuts over there who doesn't care.
100%.
Like Dan doesn't. Do you even know what your power bill is at home?
Well, regardless of what it was last month, this month it'll be 30% less because I bought those stupid electric stabilizers.
Well, those things don't work, first of all.
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
All right, so, but Dan.
Bought 4. 2 for the carriage house.
So you're saying your power bill's about $4,000.
It's about 3.
Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus.
God.
If you count gas, yeah.
Jeez.
So Dan, you could probably, honest to God, get that down $500-$600 on some of these months, like November through February, where you can most of the time not have to run the air. And you can really get that. I mean, that's a significant amount of savings, or people you rich don't really care.
I mean, I absolutely care. I'm not like that rich.
Well,
and,
I'm not. Or Romina.
Huh?
Does Romina?
She doesn't like the cold. She's from far south, and so they don't like cold down there.
Yeah, she's probably more. So she's even more colder blooded than you are.
Right, exactly. She does not like cold at all.
Well,
I mean, if it's like below 70, she's cold.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand.
You know what my bitch does? I open the windows up, and she has like a $200 digitally controlled heating blanket that she puts on. She has to literally put like a winter jacket and sweatpants.
Yeah, because you won't hold her.
Well, no.
There's no cut. It's
so
he doesn't.
I don't cuddle.
He doesn't cuddle. He has the butt pillow between them.
No, not the butt pillow. Butt
so the body pillow.
The big body. I build a U-boat.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not being mean. I'm just stating facts.
So, but Dan, my girl doesn't like it cold either. But I'm gonna get them my way. I like it cold. Plus, we're saving a bunch of money on electricity.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that gets me aroused.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So my power bill, goes from $275 to $180 because I didn't run the air almost the entire month. I'm like, hell yeah, that kicks ass.
That's so nice.
Yeah. Plus the fresh air, and there's only one bad time. That's right when you first get out of bed.
Oh God.
And you run right to the window and shut it, and like you're super cold. But I can get through that. So I usually go right to the shower.
Yeah. Have it already on, hot. Ooh.
Yeah. But Dan, you don't care about the windows being open, do you? Well, you refuse to sleep with them being open. How about your kid? Same thing?
No, we don't open windows.
Security. What do you think? You're the Limburger? I'm sorry. What was
Lindenberg?
Yeah, Lindenberg.
Yeah, what is someone going to take a ladder and go to the second floor?
Somebody's going to kidnap, Sophia?
No, it's happened before.
Not
at my house, but it's happened in America.
It has happened in America, but Dan, you're 3 levels from there, and one is it has happened in America.
Mm-hmm.
2, it probably has happened in the only affluent really person was the Lindbergher deal.
That's the only affluent person that's been kidnapped in the last 100 years.
Probably.
Come on.
Yeah, but Dr. Daly probably let the first floor open.
But
you
Dan,
just gotta do the second floor.
And the other thing is your kids sleep super high up, like in floors 2 or 3, and then
3 is where the ghosts live.
Yeah, and then the other one, Dan, is there's no crime that happens in your neighborhood.
That part's pretty true. It's a very low crime neighborhood.
Because I'll tell you why. You're literally about maybe a quarter mile away from the entrance to the MacDill Air Force Base, and people just start getting real scared the closer they get to that place.
I did.
Well,
absolutely, yeah.
Like if you're a
get
bad
sketched
guy,
out.
If you're a bad guy and you're doing car burglarizations and kidnapping children and just doing overall bad stuff, the closer you get to a federal Air Force base where there's MPs and big guarded gates and it looks like a lot of people hanging out and cameras
and M4s,
you maybe might want to go about 2 miles south of that.
Right, north.
I mean, north of that, and start. In fact, if I was a burglar, I don't think I would really burglar much. Like I'd go about 5 or 6 streets past Steve's place. That's where I'd start burglarizing.
Yep.
Because there's no crime that happens. You're literally you could probably almost see the entrance to MacDill Air Force Base. If you walked out into the street and you had a straight line visibility, you can probably see the entrance to MacDill.
Yeah, there's a gentle curve that may block it, but it's literally like 3 blocks, 4 blocks away.
Let me $50, Scout and Big Golf.
Oh, thank you.
PayPal. And Dan, I was over on Twitch and I saw Airtight Ski Pole and Iggy, and I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? No, like, are they mad at me?
No, they're over there. Cable Dog's over there too.
Did they say hi back?
Of course.
Oh, okay, I can't keep up with everything. I had to write notes for what I was going to talk about.
Good morning.
Thank
Cable
you, guys.
Dog. Yeah, all the guys
did. Airtight? I'm worried about Joe.
Airtight. Yeah, Joe from the West Side.
You guys think about it. We're only Bob Cook, the painter, ladies and gentlemen. 50 on the PayPal. Thank you very much.
Drunk
knowing
Kim
that
said good morning to you on Twitch.
Who, Drunk Kim?
Yeah.
Yeah. Drunk Kim never brings any money to the table, though. She just brings drunkenness, which ends up costing me money.
So, Bubba, I actually left my garage door open 2 nights ago, all night long.
Yeah,
Nothing happened.
And I even got to think that maybe the keys. You might just keep the keys to the Ferrari in the Ferrari. I mean, if you got
one of them.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, I know that when I had a locked back when I had my mansion. And I pulled my truck or my Escalade or my Jaguar or whatever I had into the one of 3 bays, Dan. And the only way you could get into there, I kept my keys in my car. Nobody's getting in my car. We have to break into my garage. So, like, Dan, that just shows you how secure your place is.
It's because he was safe for one night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to err on the side of caution.
Hold on. But
So
no
do
one's
I.
going to break
I do
into
too.
Dan's house with his windows on the second floor open.
And Dan, you pretty much, do you sleep at night in the carriage house on nights that you got to go to work early?
Yes, a lot of times I do. Sometimes
So when you're sleeping in the carriage house, why don't you be a little reckless one day on one of these really, really cold nights and get a couple extra comforters and get down to your underwear and open up the window and see how, would you try it one time?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
It might be the best night of sleep you've ever gotten because you're breathing in natural air and it's really crisp and cold, and you got like maybe 4 or 5 comforters on your bed, so just the internal warmness and then the weight of the comforters, but yet you're not too hot because it's literally 48 degrees outside. I think, Lummy, the lowest I ever got my bedroom was 42 degrees.
Jesus, I'd rather kill myself.
Nice. That's amazing.
I got it down to 42 one time. And Dan, it's only...
Do you have a heavy blanket?
Oh, Dan,
I
am a heavy blanket.
Dan, I had like 6 comforters on. 6 kinds, like, oh yeah, it's just the best.
It is.
You're breathing in that crisp air.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even you can almost see your breath in the bedroom. Oh, that's great. So Dan, one of these days you got to promise when you're in the carriage house, Willie, that you're going to sleep with the windows open. Okay. All right. Now, Dan, during the hot mic or during our commercial break, I heard that you just out of nowhere exploded and you just like F off. You were telling somebody to F off.
Christmas tree, I think.
And then I'm like, hold on. So then I go, Dan, who are you telling? Because you got to keep a handle on Dan, because he starts fighting with Chat and he just starts going crazy. He's like that wild cat's going to get declawed. And he's he's wild man. He's a wild man, ladies
Wild
and
man
gentlemen. Wild man Dan. And he starts, a lot of times he'll start yelling at Chat and getting in fights and things like that. So I'm like the dad up here. I got to see what's going on. So I'm like, Dan, what do you do? Who did you just tell to F off? And you go, everybody. And then you start getting into the story about your Christmas tree. And I tell you, just shut up, save it for the air. So now we're there and you were just mad as hell. I'm assuming as I put the story together that you have because you have a big home with high ceilings, that you might have a big Christmas tree, much like we have here.
Yes, it's a 9 or 10 footer.
And it is an artificial one,
pre-lit,
real high dollar one, and you just assemble it. You first assemble the base, and then the limbs just kind of go onto the base, and they have LED lights that are already incorporated into the leaves. So what you do is you put it all together, and then you get the extension cord, and you're like the Griswolds, and you're like, okay, everybody, we're gonna light the tree, and you plug it in or turn the switch on, and
Yeah, it looked
Every
like,
other year that you've had it, it blings out and then everybody pops and you're the man.
Yes.
Did that happen? Do you do like an official lighting where and then you go to do it and the family was disappointed, or did you do it privately, or like what's this? How does the lighting of the Christmas tree, and do you erect it or does Dumb and Dumber put it up?
No. I like to be the master of what's erected, so I erected it.
Nice.
And it was straight and it was full and it was lovely, strong.
So you had it all assembled, all fluffed up. Because a lot of times,
yes,
a lot of times
the
erect
a lot of
tree.
times the branches from being in the box for the year
Squished.
will kind of get squished up. So you had it all fluffed up real nice.
Right.
All right, and you got it all wired up, ready to go.
And after I was really admiring my erection, it was about to be plugged in, and
now, did you gather the whole family, or were you going to do a test
asleep. Test run.
All right,
test run. You want to make sure it works before you know.
Right.
You want
test drive.
Yeah, exactly.
So is this now like last night?
No, this is like Friday or Saturday, I guess. Saturday midday.
Hold on, I thought you were in Orlando.
He came back
back
Saturday.
You again back to the wildcatness. He just can't stay anywhere.
Bouncing around.
Yeah,
No, and that, Bubba. I mean, I like to, like you said,
give yourself a day
give
or
yourself
so
a day
to get back on par.
Mhm.
All right, so you guys were in Orlando probably Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Saturday. Yeah, we came back Saturday.
Came back Saturday. That's when he hurt his finger helping me and Average Joe.
Yeah, I had to meet
The guitar
Lummi
Willie.
and Joe.
Yeah, and can you imagine that again? The show used as an excuse to get out of somewhere with his family. So his family wanted to stay that one extra night in Orlando, because they're having a good time. And Dan makes the announcement, we have to go back because I gotta help Lummi and Average Joe do some landscaping. I bet you that works. I bet you that went over real well with your friend. You wonder, Lummi, why Romina hates us, because we get blamed for all this stuff. Right?
Yeah,
that's why she hates us. She had another night of wine time in Orlando, or no, my husband has to go back a day early so he can help some stupid stuff on the Bubba show.
It actually is a double-edged sword because we were taking away the torture rack. So.
Oh, hold on. Do you mean the rack? Oh, it would be almost interesting as a project if you could find me the audio of where I told Dan, you do not want that torture rack. You're going to end up scrapping it. It's nothing that you want. It is just, I'm going to put it in my garage, and then for Halloween, I'm going to put a skeleton on it, and it's going to be super cool. And I'm like, Dan, you do not want that torture rack. It's a big hunk of aluminum that's very bulky, and if you don't want,
it was steel. I don't think there's even aluminum.
No, there's aluminum in it.
Okay,
There's some aluminum, but yeah, it was
a lot of steel.
Yeah. So Dan, now how long have you had said torture rack?
Oh, about 5 years.
Right.
I used it once.
What did you use
decoratively
it
for like a Halloween?
Right.
And Romina.
Romina got ball gagged and put into it.
Crank that thing a couple more.
Exactly. So
you threw Cheerios.
So hold on. So Dan has to come home early from his family vacation of Thanksgiving so that he can meet Average Joe and Lummi at his house to get rid of this torture rack that is very cumbersome, takes up is an eyesore. It looks medieval. Like if you wouldn't want your neighbors seeing you that you had said device, they'd be like, hey, did you see Dan Diago? He's got this cross gimmick. Like it's got chains on it. I don't know if him and Romina are into BDSM, and he is that a dungeon or a sex dungeon? And it's got these chains with arm restraints, and it's got these leg restraints on it, and I don't know what they're into.
Yeah, a group of clown nuns wanted it, so I sent it to them.
Shut up, Dan. Quit trying to be funny on your ultimate mess up when I told you I tried.
That was one of like 8 things he got rid of, though. Why don't
you ever listen to me?
I know.
I told you you're going to hate it. It's
so glad
stupid.
I had it, though. It was memorabilia, show memorabilia, dude. It's like...
Whatever. I'm sure that the family, Lummy, is not happy. We had
Austin Wolf with $50.
Super chat.
Lummy, did you talk to Austin about building our temporary fence, or are we not even needing that because they're not eating it? They're letting it grow.
They're letting it grow.
But see, here's the deal, Lummy. I want to really let it grow.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Like right now, our grass would be comparable to me and Dan's hair. Whereas I want it to be like Lummy hair.
Yeah.
Real long and plushy.
I picked up some hay, so they're kind of leaving it alone for right now.
Yeah, but if we had a fence that kept them out of that area.
But I talked to
Wolf. We halved our property back there.
And we were talking about maybe doing it over the Christmas break.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And then making it like almost a temporary fixture where we could roll back up.
Yep.
And every once in a while do that same process.
Exactly.
So, Dan, you finally got rid of the torture rack.
Yeah, but I had a bunch of other stuff that had to go too. So that was just one of the 10 things.
Okay. Now, did Romina, over the 5 years of you owning said rack, give you her opinion on said rack?
If she did, I didn't hear it.
She just tuned it out.
Is she even allowed to go? I mean,
is she allowed to have opinions?
No.
Okay.
Not that, but like, is she even allowed to go into that garage?
Not much. Not unless she's instructed to.
But isn't that where she parks her Escalade, or does she
where
park
I
it
park
under?
it.
Oh.
I have to park it. She pulls it out. Because it's a big truck to get in there, and so I'd rather be responsible for the mistake than
her.
Have to kill her.
Have to hear.
Yeah.
Oh, Donnie.
Shit.
Phone rings. Dan just sees it's his wife. You know that it automatically puts him in a prickish mood.
Yeah, roll my eyes
He's like,
and
what?
Rub my forehead.
Oh, Donnie, I just want to let you know, I know there is a very strict rule about me parking my Escalade into your garage, your carriage, your garage, but I just felt as if I could do it, and I scratched the whole left side of it, Donnie.
Oh, no.
Should I take it down to Terry's, or what should I do, Donnie?
Looks like you're getting back into a pickup truck, kid.
back to an F-350, Donnie.
Yep.
I want you to stay on this channel. More bullying and brutality after this.
That's real nice.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Let me squirrel out on it.
I won't. I wanted to hold your feet to the fire, but I didn't want you to get upset with me. That's always a delicate balance.
Let me check my text.
Nah.
Just to make sure I didn't get a Matt Hoxie X-nay on the story.
You made a promise to the people.
I'm a man's man.
You are.
It will never be a good time to buy a house.
Auction off.
Said the Atlantic said it will never be a good time to buy a house.
It's on the news.
Just get rid of private property altogether.
There's a new variant.
Like
Say it again?
8% of
New
it.
variant. That's what the news just said.
I didn't say that.
There's also N1H2.
Which is
Swine
cares?
flu.
Yeah, but that's been around.
I know, I just like
But they said, and then I know you said it wasn't a big deal, but I still think it's weird.
The thing in China, I don't think the thing in China is weird, but I think the thing in the Netherlands is more weird.
what, the new variant?
No, but both articles said that there's no new variants causing this. It's just that they think it's because people weren't getting it before, or now we're out.
What is it precisely?
Just pneumonia. It's
Oh,
RSV.
yeah, I saw that.
It's
Would you believe
influenza. Huh?
You believe it?
Yeah, because right now they want to scare. They don't want to minimize.
So they want to. So like in 2019 in October when that came out, and then started pushing toward that 2020 election. Elections coming up.
I think they were trying to minimize it up until the very last second because the person in charge was not trying to use that to take over the world. So now, since they're using things like that to try to take over control, I think they play it up instead of bury it.
Yeah.
You see that?
Spencer, quick
I didn't
protector.
click open it.
I didn't either. I was gonna ask if you did.
I know. I know. Oh,
Yeah, it's just
like a one or two.
normal shit,
No.
dude.
It's a couple.
It's a bunch.
Yeah, and then I've been sending some stuff, and he's been finding stuff too. So Okay, he was also, I guess, going to be looking at some of the stuff we talked about
The podcast yesterday. The old segment. I think it was on Stern. When he talked about Old Girl the first time.
Oh, yeah, we got the date, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about,
Yes. All right, cool.
So Brian from Philly.
Cool. Thank you, Lonnie.
Yep. We should be pretty good for December, too.
December.
Just having a bunch of
Oh, best of
shows.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Gary. Thank you.
My underwear is black today, Holyoke. Good question. Is that NASA's young boy Mitch? The Wiz. You know, I'm going to buy a bunch of red underwear tonight. Carlos Clem, in honor of you, I'm going to call my Carlos Clem Cayenne Candy Apple Red. I'm going to buy some right now. After I get done reading about the nuclear explosion on Mars from 500,000 years ago. But they.
They report how this year's Christmas was so much cheaper for or this year's Thanksgiving was so much cheaper for everyone.
Even though
I
it's
saw that.
it's been up
Well,
since he first started,
It was $2, yeah.
but since last year.
$2.
$2 total less?
They said it cost like 68, I think it was, for last year's. And it was like 66, 65. Like, change.
That's a win.
All right, Felix.
Hey, Lummy.
Yes.
Besides, it's not.
Right.
Dude, it'd be so fun if you just farted right now. Right in mommy's face.
You know that sometimes they print it now toward the. That's why
It's
it's
on
on
the
the
lower. It was down lower by the balls.
Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna go that far.
No, it's all right. Thank you.
You're tan, by the way, down there.
No, my ass is tan.
Yeah.
My whole body's tan. I thought you might take a stick.
I know.
You're not white, dude. You're not a white guy.
Officially I am.
I kept going down. I think I'm gonna see like a little tan mark.
I'm a white
Tan
guy.
mark. You see his crack is going down, and I'm like.
Not a lot of hair.
Dude, there's like.
Let's bring on the pain. Let's bring on the noise. Now we turn.
Aren't you happy you listened to me?
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Today's after show, which will promptly start at, let's make it 10:20. That's when all after shows start.
Sounds good.
If that's good with Macho.
Oh, yeah.
Today's after show will be on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. Visually and then audibly on our all-new and improved and just, quite frankly, kick-ass Bubba Army HQ. Go get that while you can. Also, Lummy, those regularly $60 backpacks.
Yes.
Which I'm setting aside. Now, if you really, really want one, let me know. If you are not going to use it a lot, then don't take one. But employees, if you do want one, let me know. I'll get you one. But if you're just gonna maybe use it a little bit, but if you really, really like, I'm gonna get one because I really intend on using it, and I really do use my gun bag too.
Yeah, of
like
course.
my tactical bag.
Yeah,
I use my tactical bag everywhere I go. I carry my tactical bag. But these new Bubba Army backpacks, I think we're supposed to get them tomorrow.
Nice.
And they are so badass. And the lowest price I've been able to see, and don't forget they're embroidered with Bubba Army. The lowest price I've been able to find these things that are comparable are like $50.
Yeah, the backpack I have, which is pretty comparable.
17-inch laptop. You got USBs in yours? Yep.
Yeah.
This one has USBs.
You can see mine. Yeah, it looks similar, but guess what? Mine was $75.
Yeah, and I buy backpacks for my kids, and a decent backpack, $60 to $100.
You think you're
that much?
Hold on. I know the answer would be a hard no for Sophia, but do you think little Danny would carry a Bubba Army backpack?
Maybe. Yeah.
I
think so.
Just a maybe.
I think so.
I mean, I'm his buddy.
Yeah, I think he would.
I'm his coach.
Yeah, I think he would.
That represents the show his father's heard on.
Mm-hmm. I think you do it.
If the school wouldn't let him have
Danny,
it.
here's what? I mean, it's not like we're. See, Lummy, that's exactly why we're
It's not
black.
like a demonic friggin'.
Hold on. There's news stories. There was a news story over the weekend about a kid who had a U.S. military patch on it, and the kid wasn't allowed to have it.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Well, this is a fake army, so
yeah.
I think we should be all right.
So like a Buzz Lightyear sticker. It's like, no way. You're going to Infinity and Belong. Not in my house.
Hold on, I was saying that would be a great news story.
By the way, for those looking at me on camera, I'm extremely red right now because I'm going through my niacin phase.
Oh.
Because I did not work out today. So usually I do my early morning meds about an hour and a half earlier than I did them today, and my redness is all worked out. I work it out at the gym. Like I'm super red at the gym. I'm getting my blood flowing, and the niacin's kicking. And then by the time I take a shower, you have that niacin red period where it's really, really, really. What's the science behind niacin? Does it just open up? It's a natural
vasodilation.
Yes, vasodilation.
Is it good? Is vasodilation
it's not
good?
necessarily bad. It helps open things up.
Isn't it good? I take it for my heart. Is it good for your heart?
It probably helps lower blood pressure.
It's a B vitamin that's made and used by your body to turn food into energy. It helps keep your nervous system, digestive system, and skin healthy.
There you go. That's what my doctor told me back in the day. So that's why I've been taking niacin.
Is your skin like hot to the touch when you're
right now
flushed?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's because it's got more blood in it.
Come touch me.
Okay. Sure will. 25 on the cash app.
And I'm not trying to be weird, but you did ask the question. You hold on. You asked the question, so I just wanted you to. My hands are cold. So just feel my face.
Mach, can we get that soundbite? Come touch me.
Why do you gotta touch me like? Why you gotta be a bitch about it? Trying to be Ernest Angley and be say, baby, you let the evil spirits come out. That's how she was touching me.
That's weird.
Now, Anna, can you tell that it's hotter?
It's honestly
your
really
hands
hard
are
to
so
tell.
cold.
I have Raynaud's, self-diagnosed. So I have.
Hold on. You have what?
Yeah, Raynaud's.
Raynaud's, self-diagnosed.
You don't say anything. Let me ask the doctor. Dr. Dan, what's Raynaud's?
When people sometimes get like a little vascular constriction in their fingertips.
And my toes.
And so she doesn't have it because she's
Sure?
psychotic. Yes.
I'm always cold.
Yeah,
Dan, is she just a paper tiger and wants to be kind of a borderline hypochondriac? Is that what we got here?
Yeah, she read it somewhere and she's got it.
Right.
She reads anything and she's got it.
Right, exactly. That's her.
Have I ever said I've been diagnosed with anything before?
Except for hypersexuality.
Yeah, where do we begin?
I've never said that.
With your mental craziness? I mean,
that's all been diagnosed.
We've been talked about, how you have to lock the door 3 times. You have to turn the stove
I have
off
OCD,
3 times.
That's been diagnosed.
Yeah,
this is self-diagnosed. This is the only thing that I know that I have. My mother has it as well.
Well, why don't you go to the doctor and make it official?
What are they going to do for me?
I don't know. Maybe give you some pills.
No, I don't want no pills. I'll walk it off.
Okay, anyway.
Bubba?
What?
Chad is very full hot right now.
Why?
On what Anna said about how this is a fake army.
Oh,
they are going absolutely bad.
Are they? Are they mad at me?
Anna,
no.
hold on, Anna. Anna, you probably should probably backtrack that a little bit, and because at the end of the day, man, that's kind of a disrespectful, underhanded, slap to them.
Because I said the Bubba Army was a fake army.
Yeah, I'm just
stop saying it.
Sorry,
we're just hold on. Lummy's trying to throw you a lifeline here.
I know. I'm trying to.
And it's literally like if you were drowning and me and Dan were throwing you that round thing, and you just kept throwing it back. But you were gonna drown, but we threw you a couple life rafts, and you go, I don't want them life rafts. We're throwing you a life raft right now, and you're being a bitch. See, this would be an
take the life raft now.
Lloyd Wells said
Sorry.
it best. Give us 10 push-ups.
No, shut
Bitch.
up. No, she's not giving us.
What the hell?
I don't want to even. No, please.
I apologize to all the people I hurt.
No.
Oh,
I apologize to everybody in the Bubba Army. That's kind of what they're looking for.
I apologize to everybody in the Bubba Army.
But see, you didn't really mean it, though. Like, you didn't even really.
Okay, I'm going to try to sound sincere. Not that I'm not, but sometimes it just comes across.
Let's see if I can fake it better this time.
Yes, all right, hold on. All right, I got to really believe that I'm wrong here. Okay.
Hold on, though. I'll give Lummy. Hold on.
Again,
Hold on, Anna.
What?
I'm going to have Lummy throw you the softball, okay?
Yeah.
So this is like, Lummy, tell her what's chat saying, take one.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah.
The Bubba Army in chat is pretty upset that you called the Bubba Army a fake army.
I did not mean it that way.
Stop. Cut.
Yes.
Lummy, you did not. You said that the actual terms you used were full hot.
Oh, they are full hot.
So then why don't you quit? Don't downplay. You're like, oh, they're kind of upset. And you said they're fully lathered up. All right, ready? Hold on.
Yeah.
Lummy tells Anna that most of our P1 core hates her. Take two.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah.
99.9% of the Bubba Army are full hot on you right now for calling the Bubba Army fake.
Oh no.
They are full hot.
I sincerely apologize. I'm really sorry about that. I didn't mean to say that they were a fake army. I just meant that they're not like like a real military, but they in fact kind of are. There is a militia. Many of them are armed with more than one gun. So yeah, they're a real army. I'm sorry.
I'll take you on a tour to the secret tunnels below us.
Oh geez, they're Hamas now. I don't think they want to go that far.
Let's just move on, please.
Yeah, so sorry.
Today's after show at 10:20. It'll be all of us, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and then audibly on Bubba Army HQ. Tomorrow, all of that with Lummy Sports Show. Thursday, none of that, and podcast only with me and Hatley and Seth and Brian Matroni. And either it's going to be at least two of that combination. It could be just Brian and I. I'll promise you at least that.
Nice.
And then Friday, back onto the Viz, back onto the regular rotation, and that'd be YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, audibly on Bubba Army HQ, and that will be the Anna Hummel Show, and that's on Friday. Don't forget, Friday, December 22nd. Lummy, I haven't quite figured out the time, but it is the, I don't know if we're going to make it the first annual, but it is the Bubba Roast. And the roast master is Dan.
All right.
Those participating it's going to be live on YouTube, celebrating our 100,000th subscriber on YouTube, which is a pretty big thing. It's in the 1% of YouTube creative, creators. We're in the 1% of YouTube creators. It's
amazing.
Yeah, and today I redid our signature page and I sent it all to you guys. And did you see cumulatively we're like at we're over 100 million views if you count all of our platforms and things. We're 100 million views. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty badass. Are we still having Brian in on Thursdays on the main show?
Yeah, Brian will be here Thursday for the main show. Then he'll stick around and do a podcast with me. Hatley and or Seth might slide in. And then Friday, back to the YouTube's Viz, Rumble and Twitch with a Bubba Army HQ kicker, and that is the Anna Hummel Show. So that's what we got going on. Now, with regards to the roast, that's going to be hosted by you, Dan. I think Jay's participating, Lummy's participating, Anna's participating, my sister's participating. Who else? Let me.
Dark Match Steve.
My mom's participating. Dark Match Steve is participating. I think Larry Plummer via video.
Nice.
Maybe Sumo via video. I'm working on, now that we can do video capabilities, of Dion and Tony Stewart as well.
You said Tom Bean, right?
Tom Bean. Tom Bean as well. I wonder if we should throw Britt Hadley in there.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and Brian Matroni. And I met with Brian yesterday. I was over I had the best meeting with Tom Bean yesterday.
That's awesome.
Domino's?
Yes, I'm opening up my own Domino's. Yes, exactly.
Oh, no, I meant like, was there Domino's?
No.
Oh.
You opening one up here at the studio?
New franchise?
I'm opening up a Domino's right nearest your house. Right, exactly. You just call in and say you know the owner.
Yeah, not that, but I still have to pay for my own pizza.
You know how cool. Tom Bean owns 77 Domino's.
That's insane.
That is insane.
77 franchises?
He owns 77 franchises. They're looking to hit 100 by the end of next year.
Wow.
My Lord, is that not cool as hell?
That really is.
Tom Bean's a pimp. So anyway, Lummy, the roast, I would say probably maybe 8 to 10 or 8 to whenever. Now, I have been informed that Rat and Macho Man, they can't participate in the roast because they have to engineer all this, including somebody run the board and somebody man a camera. So, Lummy, we may have to bring a couple people, like maybe Big Red or, Travis.
To be honest, I think we may be able to set up enough cameras and set up enough scenes to where we can do it and it'll look good. We won't have to have anybody working for 2 hours.
Oh, nice.
Who's going to run the board? My board.
Macho Man.
Oh, okay.
I can sit back here and run the.
And then you run that.
Yep.
Then how we going to have what if we need a mobile camera?
I don't think we will.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rat just saying that he doesn't like to work with other people outside of our building.
Nope.
No problem. So I'm thinking 8. We start at 8, and it's going to be live on YouTube, and that's the only place it's going to be. I think. Rat, I think we make it exclusive to YouTube because we're honoring, we're having it in celebration of the 100,000 subscribers, so it's available only on YouTube.
Absolutely.
Audibly on Bubba Army HQ. Now, speaking of which, moving on down chronologically down the line. Oh, Dan. So anyway, your Christmas tree wouldn't light, and you go to plug it in, and all of your lights are dead.
They weren't dead. They did this death flash. Remember how your street sign that you had, that DOT sign, kind of would just sort of when it wasn't really working right, it would just kind of half blink.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just getting a white half blink every 3 seconds, and it looked like it was an SOS flash. And then I told Steve, he goes, "Oh, mine did that. Unplug it and plug it back in." Well, I did that 30 times and it didn't work. So those, we were, and then
Now, what you can do is what I did, and I'm not as rich as you are, so I take that really extravagant tree that cost me $3,000, and now that I've had it for 20-some years, the one that's behind you, what you do then, Dan, once the lights burn out, then you just get white. Was yours white? Is yours multicolored?
It was both.
All right,
so you both.
So then you
LED.
just get white and multicolored LED string of lights, and you string it. Look at mine.
Yep.
Mine see, then you don't have, boom.
What'd you do with the old ones? Did you pull them off?
No, they're still in there. You can't see them.
The old ones are still on the limbs. You just can't see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you can, at least to salvage this year, you don't want to go out right now. Right, it's the worst time to go out and buy a Christmas tree.
It sure is.
It is. It's the.
Got to go December 26th.
Dan, on November 29th, this Christmas tree behind you, when it was brand new in 2005, was like $3,600. The day after Christmas, it was $799. And I bought it the day after Christmas. So, Dan, hobble this one through this year with some string of lights, okay? Just hobble it. Dan, I'm just trying to save you like $3,000, buddy.
It's too late.
You ordered one?
In a fit of anger, I got online, and then I found a Black Friday sale.
Do you know what Steve needs?
Cyber Monday.
Can I tell you what? We need to have an intervention, and Steve and Jay need to call together a family meeting, and they need to say, listen, Bubba, Dan needs to hang out with Bubba for a week on learning how to be frugal and cutting corners.
That would be the funniest series ever.
And opening up the window. Dan, we're not going to turn the air on tonight. We're going to open up the windows. That air conditioner not running all night long, or the heat that you're whatever. It's wear and tear on your unit, and it's probably equivalent to about $700 or $800 on your power bill if you do this for a month.
I'd love to see like Dan cutting coupons and stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, Dan, we don't go. Listen, Dan, we're putting up your tree November 28th, 27th. The lights don't work. Oh my God, can we get online in a fit of rage and think that you got a good deal? Because how much did you pay for your tree?
50% off.
Okay, how much?
50% off $5,000. What is it?
Yeah,
it was like 700.
700. It would.
It would have been 15.
So, okay, will you do me a favor and bring us, like the bill or the exact description or the website or wherever you bought this tree from so that we can see what this tree that you bought, what the price of it is on December 26th or 27th.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because I would have said as we were Danny, we're not going to buy a new tree. This one's already up. All we got to go down is go down to Walmart. Oh, I don't think he's ever stepped inside of a Walmart. That's the problem.
I have. Of course I have.
You've been in a Walmart?
I've been in a Walmart.
Is it beneath you? Absolutely.
No, it's dark inside. It's scary, but
yeah.
What do you mean by that?
It was poorly lit. Like the one on Gandy is
I read
dim
that wrong.
and dismal inside. It's
you read it right. He
inside.
just covered his ass.
No, it's not. It's
Anna, you got it.
I know I did.
There wasn't any African Americans.
Shut up. The more that you protest, the more guilty you look.
It's dreary inside.
All right, great.
Like Target's brightly lit. It's
sure. Just please be quiet. We could have bought us, $27 worth of lights, had that thing whipped all up nice, and you would be. And then on December 26th, you get on there, Dan, and like a $3,000 or $4,000 tree, like the best that they offer is like what you paid for yours, like for real. Mm-hmm. And you get the best tree ever, like the Ferrari. Dan, if Ferraris made Christmas trees, would you buy one?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, red, white, and green lights all day long.
Ferrari should.
They should,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Private label some Ferrari Christmas trees.
Make it out of aluminum and really lightweight, carbon fiber.
Exactly. That's a pretty damn good idea.
You need an aerodynamic tree.
Yeah, they can make a ventilator. They can make a Christmas tree. Jesus.
Trademark that. So our roast is December 22nd. It's going to be live on YouTube, and I'm already getting people getting a hold of me asking what's in bounds and out of bounds and like running their jokes by me. And I've had to I was with Brian yesterday before I went to have my unbelievable meeting with Tom Bean yesterday.
What exactly made that meeting so unbelievable? Because you keep highlighting how unbelievable this meeting was.
I will step outside in between the next commercial break and take you outside and tell you why I'm so excited.
Okay.
We're all getting raises.
No, but it could lead to that. What Tom Bean and I spoke about could lead to everybody getting raises. Absolutely. I hope everybody knows. I hope everybody knows that gets a paycheck here. That if we would to
sit back.
What? First of all, would you agree that your paychecks comparable or competitive within the marketplace of Tampa radio?
Without a doubt.
Okay. 2, I think I would agree that I'd love to pay you more. I'd love that everybody made 5 or 10 grand more. Like that would make me so happy. And I hope you guys know that as the business grows and we have different avenues of revenue or stumble upon something huge, like I think Tom Bean may have stumbled upon yesterday, that I would share, and that I'm very, very good about giving bonuses out. We have a bonus little structure here, and I never miss it. If you hit your bonus, you get it. And so, I think you guys would agree that as the company would grow and make more money, that I would share that with you.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. The guy who doesn't get paid.
Thank you, Dr. Ben.
So anyway,
I'm going up.
The meeting that I had with Tom yesterday was just, oh my God, it couldn't have gone any better.
Good.
And I'm just so excited about a couple different things, both of which I can't talk about. I can tell my boyfriend in the parking lot privately, but probably, that's it.
Can you pay off the Matt Hoxie story?
Yeah, I get it.
from
I got
two teases
it.
ago?
I got it. That's
Thank
what.
you.
See, that's time spent listening is what that is. It drags people through quarter
I know.
hours.
I'm just sitting here,
Appreciate it.
at the edge of my seat.
Nobody listens to this show for 7 minutes. Everybody that listens to this show, they're into the whole damn show. Exactly. Like they're riveted. I don't want to give the payoff too early, Anna. Jesus, you want to have sex for 5 minutes or you want to go 35?
Five
five
times.
is great.
Dan, 5 3 times. Is that with 3 different women, Dan?
I'm not saying that.
You're just keeping it at 3?
We'll just keep it at 3.
Period. So I had a great meeting with Tom. Well, Tom's building is in the same building. He's on the bottom floor of, Tom's corporate Domino's empire is ran from my old Sirius XM studios.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where he turned it all into this super modern looking, super cool, whatever Tom Bean does. Domino's, payroll. He does all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Bean's got like 6 companies that he owns and runs. Pimp.
Is he still doing the Pokemon Go deal?
Yeah, of course. But then I was in his office a couple Fridays ago, and Gina came down. Now, if you know Gina, like Gina's sweet on the air, but off the air, she's a real smart. Like she's super cynical, funny, and Tom. She kind of runs the show. Gina does, and Gina, I was in Tom's office, and I go, "How are you guys doing on Pokemon?" And Gina goes, "Oh, Tom's a bitch when it comes to Pokemon. I got like 49 zillion, and he's got like 10,000." And then Tom turns around and is buttoned up real. One of us has to work extremely hard, one, all day, and the other one goes shoe shopping a lot. I was like, oh, wow, snap. So anyway, I had a great meeting with him yesterday, and I saw Brian Petroni. So I went upstairs to the law office part, said hi to Gina real fast, and then I had a question for Brian. And so Brian sits me down and says, I need to go over some stuff with you with regards to the roast. And I had to shoot 2 of them down.
Oh,
really?
Well, he was going.
Was it on you? Yeah. Or was it on Dr. Dan?
Of course, it was on Dr. Dan.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
I got you.
So many to choose from. I prefer
It's just the best. You don't have to say anything else. Just go fifth.
I think Anna and both agreed on the same thing.
Hey, Lummy. I wonder if was there any news report when I pled the 5th in the Hogan trial. Was there? I wonder if there's any news reports.
Well,
that
remember, didn't what was it? The one guy, not TMZ, the Gawker, didn't he come out and say that all you did was plead the 5th?
I know, but I wonder when I pled the 5th, if as it happened, the trial was happening and they were covering the trial. I wonder if some news source said Bubba the Love Sponge was scheduled to take the stand today, but Bubba's attorneys entered into every question you ask him will be the 5th, so he didn't have to show up. Man, Dan, the judge really screwed Gawker. She didn't even make me go. You know how far more effective it would have been if they were able to traipse me in there in my big boy suit and I had to say the 5th. It's so much more effective to the it would have been not good for me.
I just sent you the first article I stumbled across.
Standing in front of a jury and with your big boy suit on. And having to say, I assert my 5th Amendment right.
Multiple times over 45 minutes is different than, yes.
Is way different than the judge just saying, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to open up today's proceedings by saying that the witness, Mr. Bubba the Love Sponge Clem, who is scheduled to take the stand today, has unilaterally pled the 5th on every potential question, with the exception of his name and date of birth. So we are not making Mr. Clem come in here today to just say the 5th 4,000 times. So please note that. That's really, really not nearly as effective for the plaintiff. No, for the defendant. For God, it would have been.
It takes all of it out. It takes the issue of.
It really helps Hogan. And it absolutely almost guts Gawker's case.
Right.
Does it not?
Mm-hmm. They're looking for some kind of affirmative defense, and they didn't get it.
So we can only find it printed. We can't find it audibly.
I'm trying to find it audibly, but yeah, that's
okay. You did your best. No problem. Bubba plans to plead the fifth in Hogan sex tape. By the way, this, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Don't lie. I'm
not going to lie. This is what won the case for him. This is what won it for him.
Did you get a thank you?
Please. Because Dan, had I gone up there and said, well, he lived with me for 3 months and he knew where all the cameras were. And blah, 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 blah.
Ooh.
Needless to say, it hasn't been the best of years for Bubba the Love Sponge. Yeah. But the controversial host has drawn a line in the proverbial sand in regards to the sensationalist trial of Hulk Hogan against Gawker Media for releasing portions of the sex tape involving the former wrestler. The radio host may be called to testify, and he's planning on to plead the fifth. Hogan, Terry Bollea, blah, 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 for the sex romp. In new court documents, Clem asked the judge to quash the subpoena, warning that if he is called to testify, he will invoke his Fifth Amendment right and refuse to answer. Reports CNN, multiple news outlets. The reason potential perjury. According to Bubba's lawyers, it may be argued that Mr. Clem has given multiple statements on whether the plaintiff knew he was being taped while engaging in sexual conduct with Mrs. Heather Clem. Should these statements prove to be differing, we do not want to concede that they are. Mr. Clem could be subject to a state prosecution for perjury or a federal false statement prosecution. Yeah, I can't even tell you the story behind that. For his part, Bubba responded, I plead the fifth because I'm done being people's pin cushion around here. And it's not about me. It's about Hogan and Gawker. And I hope that Gawker has to pay him a lot of money, period. That's what I said.
Yeah, well, you were foreshadowing.
It said, Radar adds the curious detail that Bubba originally claimed that Hogan knew he was being recorded, but supposedly after being paid $5,000 by the wrestler, Bubba refuted his statement and can be heard on the tapes. Bob, it's just... I think it's telling that Hogan settled with Bubba. Okay, again, this is just all the things of the legal wranglings that took place during this particular trial. Let's not forget, Martha Stewart didn't go to prison for insider trading.
Nope.
Martha Stewart went to prison for lying to an FBI official.
Yep.
And so I'm just telling you that I can't even really get into this.
Oh,
I need to, but it involves your brother. I'll just tell you, me and Steve Diaco were down at the FBI building because people were screwing with Steve. Some of my trolls were screwing with Steve. This is only the first part of my story, and I think I'm fine on this because it's the truth. So somebody Jack Stiefel and Obus Canobus and Randy Hahn and all these, the Benner, just the Dominus Fabiscus and just all these, these Terrence, the landscaper, all these people. There was like 12 of these trolls, these pro-Calta, anti-Bubba trolls that were just absolutely on Twitter, like just saying unbelievable stuff and sending things to my advertisers. And then they started messing with my friends in my inner circle, and they start sending like Steven Diaco, these people, and then they would tweet about it a little bit and just give enough clues that you knew that it might be them because only a few people would. Like they put a dead cat on Steve's porch.
Whoa.
And they were
dark.
Yeah. And then they would leave
It was not a dead cat, Bubba. It was a half cat. It was literally a cat
okay,
that had been disemboweled.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, stuff like that happened.
So they're trying to send a message.
Yeah. And so Steve and I, and this is the truth, Dan, Steve and I go down to, get a hold of an attorney and say, we need you to represent us because we'd like to call the FBI into your office and here are some names of some people that we potentially think might be doing some stuff. or may have done this particular act, but it's ridiculous. Like, can you help us? And we had it all screenshotted, all printed out. We called them. Me and Steve called them to meet us so that we could tell them the people that were screwing with us. Steve was just beside himself when he has a disemboweled cat on his front door with implications of one of these trolls that had done it. So we were telling the FBI. And so during that moment, the FBI, like, this is in October of 2012. Let me write, literally 4 or 5 days after the sex tape
came out.
Oh. And these two FBI agents. Now, Dan, I'm not a defendant. I'm not being detained.
You're not a target.
I'm not a target. I'm not a suspect. I'm a victim.
Mm-hmm.
I am the victim's friend who these trolls are most mad at, that are taking it out on my friend.
Correct.
So I'm there to tell the information. Say, I've not been sworn. I've not been Mirandized. There is no court reporter. I don't have a notepad because I don't have anything to write down. I'm there telling them what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so we take and it was like maybe 30 minutes, the whole damn thing. And so right before Steve had told told the story, and I had, given the backstory of where I thought these people came from and why these people hated me and the whole 9 yards. And so they're like, okay, we're going to look into it. We're going to look into these accounts and yada, yada, yada. We're getting ready to leave. Tom Bean's there. Steve Diaco's there. Our attorney's there. I don't know if Jay was there or not. So, and so we're done. We're getting up. Everybody's getting their stuff together. Again, Dan, I'm not sworn. I've not been Mirandized. And I'm not the subject of any investigation. The two agents go, hey, man, what about that Hogan tape that just, hit? Like, what's up with that? I'm like, man, I know this is an absolute crap show. And I don't even know. Like, this is ridiculous. My Lord, it is causing me all kinds of nonsense. And one of the dude goes, well, he had to know he was taped. And this is my exact word. Now, that's what the FBI guy said to me.
Loaded question.
Yeah, he had to know he was taped. And I go, I don't know. Really, I don't have any idea what's going on. I don't know if he knew he was taped. He lived with me for 3 months, but I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I got on the elevator and left. The FBI writes this report that Mr. Clem, while giving us information about said troll, which, by the way, Dan, they never looked into.
Of course not, because they're not going to let the pinky on something like that.
Right. Mr. Clem said absolutely Terry Bollea knew he was being filmed. He lived with them for 3 months, and he knew he was being filmed. So when an FBI writes that in a report, and nobody's going to believe me when I say I didn't say that. That's not how. That's called being pencil whipped.
Yep.
That's called being pencil whipped.
Mm-hmm.
And so they write that down when I didn't say that. I didn't. So then, during the Gawker test, during the Gawker depots, my answers, as I get more information and I figure out the logistics of what went down, who stole what, where it was housed, the whole 9 yards, I kind of piece it all together, and I testified as such during the Gawker trial. I was very adamant. And so that was, I told the truth when I was under deposition. And that differed from the fake pencil-whipped FBI report.
The two biggest deficiencies in America's legal system right now are the secretive grand juries that rogue district attorneys and state attorneys can manipulate to bring charges against people.
Oh.
I hate that system. And the other thing that's broken is this FBI. They want to interview you, but you can't tape it. And they have handwritten notes, and they can use those handwritten notes, which we know are inherently less than 100% accurate, to impeach you later and say that you've been giving them a false statement.
Now,
it's the biggest piece of crap that we have in our legal system.
Yeah, if
you can't prove your innocence or guilt.
If you're being interviewed by the FBI, it's my understanding that you cannot record it, and you cannot, take notes. Or, so from now on, listen, just consider this a community,
PSA.
A PSA. If the FBI ever wants to speak with you, just say, "Yep, no problem." First, let me lawyer up first of all.
Yep.
And then when we do answer questions on my lawyer's instructions, we'll be recording it and have our own stenographer.
Yep, to make sure that you're not going to put words in my mouth and try to use them against me later. And if you don't like those conditions, suck it.
If you don't like it,
I'll see you in court, bitch.
So they pencil whip this. It goes right against everything that I was being deposed, and Gawker had this big red herring, and they were going to put me up on the stand, Anna, and they're going to say, Mr. Clem, did Hogan know he was being taped? And I was going to say, no, I don't think he did. I don't think he knew. And, I was going to be honest, because I don't think that he did.
Yeah.
They're like, well,
honesty never leads anywhere good.
And so they were going to be like, well, do you remember the time that you met with 2 FBI agents over Stephen Diaco disembowelment of a cat caper? I'm like, yeah. Well, you testified to FBI agents that he absolutely did know everything. Lived with you for 3 months. I'm like, first, I would have been like, I never said that to. If I was had to be on trial, if I had to be on the witness stand, I would have said, I didn't. No, hold on. I didn't say that. Well, is a jury of my peers that have lived in this community for a long time and know the ins and outs of Bubba the Love Sponge being a horse's ass and saying it like it is and being abrasive and being in trouble, are they going to believe me? Or are they going to believe what the public perceives as Mr., buttoned up, would never lie FBI guy?
FBI
right?
Guy. Yep.
So they're going to, and so then Gawker was going to go, Mr. Clem, which one was it? Was it what you told the FBI, or was it what you told us during depositions? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you can see Mr. Clem is not a credible witness. You can see that Mr. Clem's all over the road. In fact, he perjured himself. And so why would and they were going to, Balea would have gotten nothing. But because Dave Chappelle, fifth, Hogan doesn't even take that in consideration, Dan, while maybe trying to be my friend again. I mean, talk about doing a job clean in the middle, right, Lummy?
Well, yeah, but maybe that's how you should lead off your call.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, Hogan.
The job in the middle for you.
Hogan, what? You know that I did a job clean for you on this one. Because when they tried to put me up on the witness stand, buddy, I could have just towed the corporate line and not, So they were going to.
He doesn't come off a nickel real easily though either.
But here's the deal. Had I gone there, and they would have tripped me up.
Dickie peeled $100.
The hot wife. Had they tripped me up, I would have gone and done. I mean, like they were trying to trip me up to discredit Hogan's case, but more importantly, they wanted to put me in jail.
Yeah,
that's what they want. That was what they wanted to do.
I have several things to say about this. First of all, it's what they did to the entire Trump administration when he first took office. Is they sent FBI agents out there to ask them questions, and then anything they said they were trying to use against them. It's really entrapment. It's disgusting. Has nothing to do with justice, and it's vile in my opinion. Secondly, imagine if you had testified and the whole thing did fall apart and Hogan got nothing. I mean, what would he be doing? Like Thunderlips Lawn Service? I mean, what would he be doing right now?
Thunderlips Lawn Service. Are we at 37?
No, we're at 39.
All right, here's the deal. I'm going to open up my next segment. We're going to come from the break. So I got the Dan Christmas Tree deal caper club. We went into the woods.
Case closed.
Went into the FBI deal, which was when Tom Bean meeting, Brian Matroni. Oh, so anyway, just back to that. I had to tell him no on 2 different things that he wanted to. So if anybody's in question of Not necessarily about me. There's no rule, but jokes about other people, you probably need to run by me.
Can we confirm that they were in fact about Dr. Dan?
I'm not gonna.
You're gonna fifth it up.
Fifth. So many to choose from. I prefer the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth. All right. I'm so sorry. I've gotten so squirreled.
It's okay.
But I will completely open up the next segment with my Matt Hoxie stuff.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep.
That's good.
I know Matt Hoxie's listening. Matt, after I get done, please let me know that you're not mad at me.
After.
Okay. Yes.
Exactly.
For those scoring at home, we've been heat-free for 17 minutes.
I can't hear, so I don't understand this time.
Bubba the Love Sponge returns after this.
Yes.
Sorry. It was a little nugget of wisdom I picked up at the gym maybe 20 years ago. Over eavesdropping someone else's conversation. And I remember them saying that, and it stuck with me forever. It's like, don't ask for permission. It's always better to ask for forgiveness than permission. What's up, chat? Are you guys still mad? Uh-oh. Good morning, Big Longer. Good morning, Holyoke. Ooh. Can't wait to hear this Matt Hoxie story. I'm very, very excited. I do have to make your end though.
You're not going to talk to me out here?
Huh?
I thought you were going to talk to me out here about Tom Dean.
What's up, Sister Girl Tees? Nick the gun guy, please don't abbreviate his name. It makes me worried.
Oh, you're a grass cut.
Red Wave.
What are you?
Looks like Mr. Rogers. Gary Cantrell. 1, 2, 5. Other part doesn't have any kids. What's up, Dark Match? Please stop, Iggy. It makes me uncomfortable. Gary. What's up, Mitch? 925. What's up, Brian? I saw your message last night, but I haven't read it yet. Stuck in Dion's tub. What it do, though? Would you guys be super mad if I went to the bathroom? Lamborghini Mercy. Nope. Not on Tinder. Not on Hinge. Not on Bubble. Yeah. Alright, I really gotta pee though. So. Oh, it's Titus O'Neill. Is that his name? Alright, I gotta go. I gotta pee. It's back. And I thought someone would walk back in. Guess not. Sorry, I have to go to the bathroom.
Hold on.
Everything.
And okay, so
we'll keep talking about that. But
yeah.
I mean, wow, that is a good meeting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That is a good meeting.
Morning.
What's up?
Macho says thank you. This guy's playing hardball.
Human misery has never sounded so good.
My life is over and I'm gonna wind up working at Red Lobster.
We're back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Jay just walked in.
Good morning.
Hello, Jay.
How are you?
We can't get too far down the path because I got the Matthew Hoxie deal on me that I got to come right out with.
Oh, yes, you do.
As promised.
But Dan and I did have a private little meeting in the kitchen, and then Jay actually
barged
in and didn't miss any of it. And is that not maybe put? And I don't want to elaborate on it, but isn't that maybe potentially a game changer?
It is, and it's like you said, good meeting.
Oh yeah, it was a great meeting.
Great meeting.
And Jay, I told you that a year ago, and
You
people
did?
thought Bubba being Bubba.
Yeah, everyone thinks you're crazy, Bubba, and then you're always right.
I mean, hold on.
Your paranoia turns into perception when it becomes reality, and that's what's happened with me and you for 10 years. Unbelievable.
People think that I'm insane, that I'm feeling sorry for myself. It's Bubba being Bubba. He can't ever take, any type of onus for him being a complete, bad guy. It's just Bubba being Bubba. Well, you know how many Bubba being Bubbas have ended up being right?
Everyone I've been involved with.
Almost every one of them.
Bubba, isn't it interesting how you are on the, literally the precipice of pop culture so often? Like you're like how Forrest Gump is like just right there at all these big events.
Bubba Gump.
No, for real. Like it's
you were right on the edge of so many really relevant things over the last 20 years. It's
unbelievable.
I mean, from the FCC thing to the Hogan thing to the Gawker thing to the, it's
to the Super Bowl,
all of it.
Nipplegate thing.
Yes, all
to
of
the
it.
Matt Hoxie thing.
Hold on, to the Stormy,
Yes,
Trump thing,
which you were right about there too.
Yeah. So here is my Matt Hoxie story, and I'm gonna, but I just need everybody to listen up a little bit here.
Okay.
And Bubba's lost everything. Yes, Wayne, you're right. I have.
Oh, don't read that.
Wade Durbin, always so friendly. Thank you, Wade.
Yes,
and he usually is. He's going to some Comic Con or something like that, getting like some washed up, D-rated honky tonk band to cut a promo on me. Then he sends it to the merch crick.
Yep.
That's his MO. So Matt Hoxie last year, ladies and gentlemen, he was brand new money. He was out of Matt Hoxie is out of Charleston, South Carolina. I think he used to listen to us, Lummy, via 98 Rock, and he's now made the digital switch over to probably Bubba Army HQ, or
he transitioned.
You too, or exactly. A lot of you terrestrial people had to turn that we
You're trans.
We no longer are heard in your fine city. Have to trans. We have transitioning people in the Bubba Army. And
low tech to high tech.
Yeah,
let's go.
Low tech to high tech. So 2 years ago, Matt Hoxie's business was doing better, as probably most of our businesses were doing better. Whether you're doing whatever manual labor or ass-kicking job that Matt Hoxie has or owns, or you're Dr. Diaco and you're slinging boobs. I mean, I think we're all kind of, or you're J. Diaco and you're a big-time lawyer. I think business is down unilaterally for a lot of spaces.
True.
And so Matt Hoxie didn't qualify for BARP this year, and I've been in contact with him, and I was like, I got you, buddy. It's okay. I'm sorry that you didn't qualify. That in conjunction with, don't forget the year that he did qualify, which was last year.
What happened?
I married him and his wife at BARP.
Beautiful ceremony.
Shut up, Lummy.
The most
horrible.
The most horrible ceremony ever.
Oh.
In fact, I've lost sleep over how dirty I did Mr.
You just
and
need more
Mrs.
Ambien. You'll be fine.
Hoxie. So Matt Hoxie, 2 years ago, is doing better, making a little bit more money, could make the 2,400 threshold to be to get invited to BARP, which gets you your ring and just the ultimate of Bubba Army supporter and royalty is people that attend BARP and you get your ring. The airtight ski poles, the cable dogs, the Iggies, the Whizzies, the Greg and Amy's, the Scout and Big Gulps. The cable dog, the Scott Landers, they're the Bubba Lats. They're all there. They're all huge supporters of the show. The Creatines, the Big Reds, the Mitch the Marks, the Susan Poitresses, the Sister Girl Teases. Hierarchy. Let's not forget Grouper Lips, who's actually making this year's Hall of Fame busts. And I think, Lummy, he's damn near done.
We got a couple more left. But
I'm going to duck him when he gets here.
So I marry Matt Hoxie. Matt Hoxie's Bubba Army. And the ultimate, you can call yourself Bubba Army, but you're really Bubba Army when you qualify for BARP.
Didn't you get tattoos?
And you come to the BARP festivities, and you get your ring, and it's just a different level. So him and his lovely fiance decide that Matt Hoxie is so Bubba Army that the ultimate in being Bubba Army would lead Bubba to marry you. It's your first marriage. It's her first marriage. It's a very sacred thing.
How special.
And I have married people before and done well. I've married people before and prepared for it. And
Tom Beans was great.
Yeah, I prepared for it. I married Tom Bean.
Right.
Prepared for it and had a couple of little one-liners, made it jovial and joking, but yet it was formal.
It's a heavy responsibility. I've done it once.
Yeah, it is. And so I completely blew it with Mr. and Mrs. Hoxie. I was gourded out of my mind, and I got him up on stage, and I was ready to do. I kind of got a little format on how I do things, and then somebody squirreled me, and then I got everybody up on stage all of a sudden, and I pretty much just said, "Okay, man, you two are married. Kiss each other, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Hoxie."
I don't think there was a kiss.
Out of 100%, I gave him 10% of my effort. When I should have given them 100% of my effort, or at least in the 90s. So they have, matching Bubba Army tattoos. And, I don't really realize I kind of really, again, you only get one first wedding. You only get one, you only get one of those because the next one you're a divorcee and it's just not the same. So I later find out and I realize that, man, this is their special day. They were good. They put all their trust in you. They're the ultimate in Bubba Army, and you just absolutely did about as big a hole move as And I was like, and I'm talking to myself, of course, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I profusely apologized to Matt Hoxie. I even get Matt Hoxie on the air.
Yes, you do.
And Matt Hoxie's like, I'm not as. And by the way, Matt didn't qualify for this year's BARP, so he's not coming to BARP. And I feel horrible about that, Lummy. People that I want to think that BARP never loses anybody and it continues to grow. Because once you do your first BARP, it's such a cool thing if you're Bubba Army that you never miss one. If you can financially pull it off, you don't miss it.
It's very fun.
So this year, Matt Hoxie not only can't pull it off financially, but his wife hates me more than anything in the world.
And she really does. You could tell when he called in.
Yeah. So I get him on the air. I'm like, Matt, is there anything I can do? Can I send flowers or no, Bubba?
He's like, please stay away.
Please don't do nothing. Can you give me your phone number and I can apologize to her? He's like, no, Bubba, please. Just, please do not do anything. I'm working my best. The best I can just for her not to even, hate you Well, no, I can't. She hates you. She absolutely hates you.
What a way to start a marriage.
She despises you so that every year when our anniversary comes along, she has to remember that she was on a wooden stage in Tampa, Florida with a fat radio personality that was gored out of his mind that just half-assed our vows, and I didn't get really married in front of any of her. Of course, none of their family could be here. I mean, none of his
their family.
His parents, her parents, bridesmaids, groomsmen.
Perfect wedding.
None of them. You're right. You're right. So I got that. Now his buddy Mitch Lucerini, if you remember, Lummy, they both kind of came in pair. They both kind of discovered the show and qualified for their first. Who's getting the rings and all of that. And I was going to surprise Matt Hoxie by sending him a ring. That's the least that I could do. Listen, I know you can't be here. And he's like, even if I had the money, I wouldn't be allowed to, my wife ain't going to let me go. Even if I was Mitch Lucerini's +1, I can't go.
Nope.
Because you just screwed my wife hates you. So during our anniversary on that Saturday night, when you're going to be in Bubba's parking lot whooping it up during your anniversary, when you should be with me at a fancy restaurant, right? With roses and all this other stuff that uptight bitches demand. And so that's where I kind of left it, Lummy. That was about 3 or 4 months ago.
Sure was.
Well, I get a text from Matt Hoxie a week ago. Okay. And he goes, I just want you to know the bitch cheated on me.
Get a divorce?
Hold on. The bitch cheated on me.
Oh, no.
And, I think they're headed for divorce.
What?
Yes.
Him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, my God.
So now, hold on now. So I'm thinking, okay. Now, he doesn't have enough money. I'm like, can you come to Barb? And he's like, I don't know if I can swing it. So I'm going to get a hold of Matt Hoxie today and see for him to price out some tickets, some plane tickets, because I don't know where he flies out from and what days he want to travel. And I get a hold of Mitch Lucerini, see if he can, if he can maybe change his. I don't know if he has a +1 or a wife or a girlfriend or who.
Well, the last girl he brought, they broke up.
All right.
Oh, perfect. They're both single.
So see if Mitch Lucerini's +1 can be Hoxie. If Mitch already has a room, if not, I'll try to help him out on that too. And I'm telling Matt Hoxie, book your airfare, try to get on Mitch's plane if you can, and I will send you the money. I will pay for your BARP experience, Matt Hoxie. I want you at BARP.
Really?
Screw that cheating bitch. And now you have every reason in the world to be there. And I'm already ahead of you. I was already going to get you a ring anyway. I got you a ring,
Beautiful.
buddy.
Does she know that he knows?
I could care less. Oh, what do you mean?
About the cheating?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is he playing it cool, or did he confront her about it?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
So you reversed the whole thing. I thought you were going down, we're going to invite him and renew their vows, and then you did the whole flip on me.
Well, see,
I was like, what?
I offered that when they were getting along 2 or 3 months ago. I'm like, hey, Matt, how about I pay for everything? I'll just ask Dan for a loan, and we'll get you and your wife up here, and we'll renew your vows, live on stage, and I'll really prepare, and we'll just knock it out of the park, and we'll have roses for her, and we'll just make it a super cool experience. And he's like, no. She doesn't even want to do that. She hates Bubba. What? She hates you. She hates you.
Well, good. Now the feeling's mutual.
So what I'm saying is, listen, Hoxie, get a hold of Mitch. See if he can get 2 doubles instead of a king. Mm-hmm. Maybe you 2 guys can fit in a king. I don't know. See if you can bunk up with him. If you can, I'll work on a hotel room as well. But certainly book your airfare.
Get here Wednesday and join the BTQ fun.
Just get here.
First call Matt Hoxie. Second call Caitlin Hatley.
That's right.
Woo!
Yeah, get the BTQ mix in.
BTQ.
Maybe not a mix in per se,
maybe
but maybe she could double dip here.
Maybe. Hold on.
Brandon.
Maybe a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Maybe because Brandon ain't doing much damage. So if you follow, Brandon, it's not that big a deal. It's not like you're
I don't
following.
think he would mind at all.
Yeah. So we get Hoxie laid.
Yeah.
We get him laid.
Yeah.
And I pay for his airfare, and he rooms with Mitch Lucerini.
There you go.
So I'm saving on hotel. Well, I mean, I already felt bad enough that I already got a ring.
Yeah.
Like, so that would be the hard part of trying to get a ring made this late in the hour.
Oh,
we
yeah, with his
can't
name on it?
even get it.
No.
Yeah, oh yeah, size from last year, his
Perfect.
name on it, everything. And,
Sounds like a hell of a weekend.
Mitch,
Wow, I'm super excited about this.
Hoxie, let me know if you want to get laid, and try to get on Mitch Lucerini's plane if you can. That way, you guys can all travel together. And if you guys can get here Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, do you want to get laid? Maybe I should call Matthew Hoxie.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that next.
Just when you thought you knew the real deal, they pulled a fast one and duped your dumb ass. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will return after these words.
Kayla doesn't fucking do it. She's a team player.
Marriage is not easy. Although I didn't find it hard to make it through year one.
Right.
First year's supposed to be the easy year.
That's the easy year.
Yeah.
That's when, everything's head over heels. Although we both started right into babies. I got married. I got married when I was 36, and I had Trey when I was 37.
Wow, you didn't waste any. Was she pregnant? And you got married?
No.
It's okay if she
The
was.
months work out correctly, but good question.
Uh-huh.
It was not a shotgun wedding.
Uh-huh.
And I eloped too, so it really wasn't.
Yeah, you eloped to St. Pete Beach.
Yeah.
What the
It's a real elope. I eloped to my backyard
I know.
when I grew up.
I eloped to downtown.
The armature works.
That's fucked up. And then
Hey, Lummy, we gotta find out what the low is at tonight and make Dan open up the.
Oh yeah.
It was 2 weeks before Dan's wedding?
And then you can talk about it on Friday.
I think they said high
That was
30s,
intense.
low 40s tonight.
Yeah, Dan. So tonight you gotta open up the window and sleep.
Bring that Canadian goose, whatever the hell that shirt is. What's it called? Canada goose?
So that you can talk about it on the air for your experience.
Okay. They don't like sleeping hot. I don't know if I like sleeping cold. I was listening to that segment. Can you sleep cold, Dan?
I'll be right back. I'm not leaving yet.
You
Go to my car.
Was there a reason you undercut Dan's wedding by 2 weeks?
Dick move. If I'd done that today,
Yeah, it looks like Lewis.
What did Dan do? What did Jay do?
He undercut Dan's wedding by 2 weeks?
Wow.
Nice question, Anna, as Dan's walking out the door.
Sorry.
Because my wife's father had been killed.
Oh.
And my first fiance was a lying, cheating one. And so
Oh,
we
like
didn't
Matt Hoxie's wife.
So we didn't want to have a ceremony. And so we were ready to get married. We didn't feel like waiting for anything. And so it was really,
It wasn't purposeful to be like, let's do this right before Dan.
I don't have a mean bone in my body. I would never do that on purpose. It wasn't
See,
undercut anything.
You decided to get married and then how
We
soon
had been
after?
planning it for a long time.
Oh,
She had a
okay.
wedding dress and everything. I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it was just the time. I was ready.
Yeah.
And I had already done the whole like big wedding plan thing, like
How soon?
4 months before the wedding.
4 months.
4 months, but I had.
Ooh, we should get into that
I had
story.
Illinois, had
Like
wedding
how
dresses,
how
had the
you-
whole thing all done.
How you found out? That would be-
I was in Miami opening my office up, and I called, and I couldn't find her until noon the next day. And when I called her, she said, "Rod," and I said, "Rod, it's Jay." And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was with Rod yesterday."
She said that?
And she told me she called me the wrong name. And so I drove home from Miami, and I said, "Give me the ring." And she said, "What?" And I said, "Give me the ring." And she gave it to me, and I said, "Get out."
Did she admit to cheating, or did she just say, "Oh, I was just hanging out with him"?
There's more details that I don't want to necessarily get into that I know. She did more than I don't know that she. That was, I was about to get married. You don't hang out with your ex-boyfriend all night long.
All night long.
All night long. Till noon. That's not acceptable. in my
Yeah,
world.
no.
You're right, Blummel's divorce lawyer. You can't trust a woman that doesn't like Bubba.
So
Perfect.
I was the most guy in the world, and all of a sudden I grew my nuts back because that was like for me.
How long were you with her?
Venmo, PayPal, Cash App.
We lived together. Bought a house.
I need some help for Wednesday's payroll. Just being transparent.
Adam S. Bama Boys 352, $50 on the Venmo.
All of that, it's 10, 15, 20, but it helps.
Las Vegas Mario, 25 on the Venmo.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you. Able to pay for 1 hour. Let me service this. Bob Cook's still my last guy on PayPal.
You know, but so glad it happened when it did, instead of 4 months after it.
Yeah.
Scout and Big Gulp today for 50 as well. Love you girls a
I
lot.
was ready to go. She had the
Probably some of my
drive.
favorite.
I paid for the down payment for the vanilla. We had the whole room figured out, the wedding planner, the flowers, photography, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing that again.
Yeah.
Been there once.
And I assume you didn't get a lot of that money back.
No, you lose all your deposits.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's a small price to pay.
Absolutely.
Rather than half.
My little Hoosier, Lummy.
Try to fight for you, or
Ooh, Hoosier, which one?
You know who my main Hoosier is.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The steel slinging salesman, John Kostika.
Yes, does.
Kick you with her.
PayPal?
PayPal for 100.
Thank you.
For my wife.
I love him.
I have a couple coming back.
Huh.
Either one of us did that to each other, so there's no rehabilitation.
yeah,
Either one of us.
yeah.
Thank you, Apple Boy.
Thank you, John Kostika.
Betrayal.
Betrayal.
Tallahassee legend, 25 months.
So when you have that kind of basic understanding, we're cool. We can get through a lot.
Yeah,
I trust you.
yeah. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that with me.
You're so nosy.
Bitch is so fucking nosy.
She's so nosy. And then I tell her, why do I do that?
Mm-hmm. See now, I mean, we're just really fucking nosy, and
I prefer the term inquisitive.
people don't like it.
We are the only show that can talk about nothing.
The use of all Bubba-isms is prohibited without the express written consent of Bubba the Love Sponge.
This is not staged. It's not nothing. It's very scientific.
Not in a killing mood.
Right.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
See, Anna, right there. That's what I mean by when I say you're so nosy.
Yeah.
Uncomfortably nosy.
I don't think uncomfortably. He answered all my questions.
And then regretted I did.
But hold on.
And then instantly regretted I did.
But hold on. Here's the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
The average person doesn't ask that many questions.
Okay.
The average person doesn't try to drill down as deep as you do with every person that you meet on every particular situation.
Honestly, it's because I know you're going to be like, yeah, but I find people fascinating and the reasons why people do things fascinating. And so that's why I'm always asking people, like, not why this happened, not what happened, but like, why did you do it? What was the intention behind it?
That's not how most people act.
I understand that, but I'm not most
So
people.
it comes across weird.
I know, but I'm weird.
Well, I'm friends with her, though, so I don't
Hold
take
on,
it
here's
weird.
the deal. I've known Jay for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
You never heard that story, did
I
you?
never knew that information because guess what? He's like my brother, my best friend. Like,
you never asked.
But you're mostly talking about
tell
you.
me
No
how
offense.
that other relationship
You don't
ended
talk
in
about
a
him, too.
catastrophe.
You know, like Dan, you're like guy friends don't go and say, so Dan, remember that girl you were engaged to in the one particular city that didn't work out, man? Why don't you go ahead and tell me all about it? No.
But I don't push. If they don't want to talk about it, I let it go.
But even asking's a push.
Well, listen, I'm just asking.
Bama
No
Boy
harm, no-
352, $50 on the Venmo.
Listen, it
Las
was a-
Vegas Mario, 25 on the Venmo, and Arizona Dirt Track Hoosier, 30 on the Venmo.
See, the True Bubba Army is coming out because they know that I'm a little bit. I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit hurting right now, and they're those are my boys. I'm just so humbled by all of them. Don't forget Bob Cook and Scout and Big Gulp today on the PayPal.
John Kostika.
And then John Kostika, the greatest Hoosier. He's like, I got 3 really good 4 if you count Gooch, 5 Sumo, 6 Larry Plummer, But Cable Dog, Tony Stewart. But we're talking about Scotty Landers, Cable Dog, John Costica. There's some really great Hoosiers that contribute a large sum of money, and we love you guys. Thank you, Lumpy. Thank you, John Costica.
It sounds like a lot of money, but let me tell you something. I go do things during the course of the year, like the Formula One weekend that Danny and I do. It's obnoxious, the price for that. And to spend that money and have that weekend here, it is one of the funnest weekends of my year. And I'm not just making that up. I have a lot of fun weekends, and BARP is a blast.
It's pretty fun.
It's an absolute blast.
It's
The first
awesome.
one I went to, it was kind of weird. It was 2020.
Yep.
And then it's like, it was awesome.
Are you bringing your
the
beautiful
Army.
wife?
I don't know if she'll come. It's either Pity or Candle.
You mean
We'll see.
both?
I got
Pity,
the dog. I told you the dog's
Wendy,
crazy right now. I hate it.
I
love my dog. I
Did
hate
you
the
see
crazy
Gloria,
dog.
the wedding planner?
Gloria Zach, 25 cash up.
She just got engaged this weekend.
Awesome.
Jay, maybe she can get married at BARP.
Mushroom, because she doesn't want it ruined. Mushroom, I think Mushroom Mitch, Lummy, 25.
Nice. Look at that.
This just all really,
God
really
bless
helps.
you.
Thank you so very much.
Jay, why don't you put the dog in the kennel outside for a little while? So when he does
So
it, you
my
can just do a
neighbors can
hose
report
down.
me?
For what? Putting a dog in a kennel outside is not illegal. It's not over hot. You're not like making him cook in the sun. And then if he goes poopy and makes a mess of it, you just do a hose down. You have to worry about your whole house.
That's a great idea.
So it desensitizes
And
himself
now
to it.
listen, hold on, Jay. In certain months, that's a good idea.
You can do that in
And-
Lutz. You
no.
can't do that in Davis Island.
You can't?
No,
Of course
if your
you
dog
can.
was
Of
yelping,
course you can.
you would get a police
Yeah,
call.
no,
They would
no.
come to the
Police
side. Danny,
call.
of course they would.
Dan, he's right.
I know what I'm talking about.
Hold on, he knows his neighborhood better than you, Dan. You don't know everything.
Like, I can't leave my garage open
Keeping
like
the
your
dog
Hey
neighborhood.
Jay,
kennel.
well, I'm your older brother, and I know your neighborhood better than you do.
Right.
Even though you lived there 20 years. Okay,
Right.
I know it better, bitch.
And I know that it's cool to put a dog in a cage outside in Tampa.
Well, I don't have a
Good
problem
luck.
with that, but based on where you live,
Yeah.
I mean, hold on. Based on the weather conditions, you're not going to do that in July, but you could probably do it in early December.
Do it now.
That's Dan why I said early December. Appreciate idiot.
Moto.
God, Dan, you dance with me sometimes.
I'm trying.
And then the uppity people in where Jay lives.
Davis, yeah.
Is the whole level of uptightness is accelerated times 50 compared to most neighborhoods. So most neighborhoods would be like, yeah, that feller put his dog in the back there. He's going to be gone 4 or 5 hours. That dog will be okay.
And our
That dog's got some water and everything. He's barking and raising hell, but he's okay. No big deal. Like, if we were talking about where, his wife is from, it's not a big deal.
No.
But if we're talking about living on one of the most uppity-ass islands in all of Tampa Bay, his zip code, one of the most uppitiest.
Well, with the houses right on top of each other, there's like a 5-foot setback. I mean, there's like literally 15 feet between our houses.
So
Can you imagine the uptight neighbor? Honey, call the SPCA and call the police because there's this little cute dog in a cage. JD Acco.
Can't you see that story now?
JD Acco, that big fancy attorney. I'm glad that he can drive a Ferrari into his garage and he leaves his dog out back like a heathen. Those people are bad. Call the cops now.
Right.
What's being violated? There's nothing being violated. You're allowed to have a dog.
You're not allowed to have noise violations.
Oh, a dog barking is going to throw you over the line.
A
on
dog
noise
in a cage between my house and barking is going to result in a police call and a visit to the house. And absolutely, dude, you must be. I mean,
Dan, here's what it all comes down to, Jay. Dan doesn't care about how society or people perceive him.
It's Planet Dan.
And you do. You have an ounce of couth about yourself to say that I don't want to be perceived that way, and I hold myself to a higher decorum than this heathen who wants to put his dog outside and bark for hours and hours and hours.
Hose him down.
In the cage.
When it's cold
and
outside.
not care that all of his neighbors are like, can you believe that doctor son of a bitch? He's a zillionaire and he can't even have special quarters for his dog. He's out there. I'm going to report him from animal cruelty.
I mean,
there's a
you can
statute on it.
There's
There's
a statute that
governs it.
Then you can defend yourself from anything.
Right.
And then it costs a lot of money and your reputation's ruined. And
your
could
reputation was ruined because your dog barked for more than 21 minutes.
Dan, what happened to Michael Vick with animals?
No, Jay, I'm not telling you to shock the dog and kill him.
Danny,
I'm telling you to
article
train him outside in a kennel
you
for
sound
30
like such
minutes.
an idiot.
But hold on,
you sound like such an idiot because Bubba just wrote the headline.
But here's the
prominent
deal.
lawyer leaves dog in a cage outside. Boogie
Right.
Dan, you're crazy, man.
Right, Dan. That doesn't happen in Lutz. It happens in Davis Island.
And it happens to a Diaco.
Right. That happened
That
to
happens
Jimmy.
to Bubba Clem.
Doesn't happen to Jimmy, heavy equipment operator, but it happens to us high-profile people. Dan, you idiot.
Jeez.
You gotta. You gotta.
Why don't you try so cruel. He left his dog outside for 22 minutes in a kennel to help.
It's not going to be 22 minutes. It's going to be a few hours.
And Dan, it's articles that you just pile on never stop.
If Jay is going to come to Barb, then it's going to be a 3 or 4 hour ordeal. It's going to be at night.
Yes.
That dog's going to be on the back porch. It's never been in the back porch at night. And it's going to flip out. And it's going to bark. And the uptight Davis Island people that he lives next to are going to call the cops. And the cops
the
are
canal.
going to...
The people are saying, everyone across the canal is just going to resonate and just echo
But
across the canal.
Hold on. Dan wants to roll up after the cops are already there and say, "What's up, bitch?
What's that?
This is my house. I can do that. I'm not breaking no law. Son of a bitch. Dan Diaco."
Jay, why don't you just bring it here with Rhett's dog and Bella? You
It'd be a play date.
Outside with the goats.
We got a whole play. We got a whole
It's hard to play with anything that's bigger than it.
All right. Dan, I might have to ask you to leave.
I
and just
know,
be
and
so
Dan,
Dan, you're
always
being
as much of an asshole. Yes. The answer is yes.
Dan, today, did you take asshole pills today?
No, I'm not an asshole today.
I mean, you are an extra dick today.
I don't think so at all.
Only when Jay showed up.
I never think so. Step outside your body for a second, outside of Dan's world, and look objectively at what you said.
Jay, I thought you were asking him to step outside to fight you.
Can I Danny and I don't do
was
that.
like, hold on. I was like, hold on. We're getting ready to go to
Some
blows.
Guido ish right here.
We're getting ready to go to Guido blows right
Guido,
here.
Philadelphia ish.
Danny and I have never, ever gotten close to that in our lives. Oh,
Bubba, whose side would you take on that? I mean, it would be tough
my
to
God.
know.
Here's what I would do. I would be like, Dan, get a hold of yourself, and you're not fighting your brother. You're just not. The hell I'm not. Screw him. I've been fighting him since he was a little punk-ass kid. I've always been reigning supreme. I'll kick his ass right now. I'd be like,
but if they went for it, who would you go with?
I would try to break it up.
Oh, like who would you put your money on?
Yeah.
I'm not putting my
I'm a week out of a Costa trip.
I know, and you got some jacked arms. Even Dan said.
Yeah,
but I feel like
I
Dan's
gotta tell you
crazy.
something. The reason why I can't pick is because I really can't pick.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, of course, Dan's my boyfriend, and
Dan and I are even on just about everything, except he's better at me at skiing. I'm a little better at him than mountain
But
biking.
fighting. I think
he's a little more quick than mine.
What if you guys were fighting? What if you guys were just fight?
No, but if you did, Dr. Dan, would you take him to the ground wrestling moves? You can't really use your hands.
He's a good wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but I'm a decent wrestler too. I just go for that.
Thumb hurts.
I go for that thin eggshell up top and put
He's
it
got a
right
weak
back into a subdural hematoma.
If you did, hold on, Jay, though, if you did get one lick on him, he's a little bit of a hypochondriac. So if you did get one lick on him, he'd really be, freaked out.
I just go for the rib that Anna got.
Yeah, I just crumble you like a gingerbread man, Jay.
All right, easy.
See how he goes.
He's such a dick. He's such a dick.
I crush your skull, Dan. I crush your skull.
I don't know. I don't know between all three of you,
Steven.
If I had to put money, like actually hard-earned money, and you guys are trying at your hardest ability in like a UFC sanction type,
cage
deal.
fight, the Diaco cage fight.
Anna, but I'm talking about like it's 4-ounce gloves,
street beef.
It's MMA.
I got you.
So you can strike, or you can take down, or you can submit. Like there's just and there's some like for instance, isn't Muay Thai just on your knees? That's the starting position, and there's no striking.
No, they're striking. It's the art of 8 limbs. So you use your hands, feet, knees, and elbows.
Well, what I'm saying is, if a Diaco's had a 3-man tournament MMA where you can strike, you can take to the ground, you can submit, you can ground and pound,
judo throws,
you can do all that. Superman punches, flying kicks. I don't know who would win.
I in the past years would have said Steven every time, and then Danny got this video of us from when we were kids on the beach in Ocean City, and Danny was toying with Steven so badly. I didn't remember that phase of our life, Danny.
See,
when you were
that's
able
where
to
that's where the dickness started.
It was he was super athletic. He looked like the picture next to Lummy, and Steven was in college, and no matter how big Steve was, he was never that big, and he was trying to take Danny down. And Danny just kept sprawling and basically putting his face in the dirt. I don't remember that happening very much, but right now Steve has probably the endurance of about, what, Dan, 45 seconds to fight you?
Yeah.
But maybe
So,
if 60 seconds, he's cashed out. If he gets you in 60 seconds, you're done.
So
Yeah,
now we're going to the finals, and it's you versus him.
I don't know. We're pretty evenly matched
JV
right
Dan?
now. I don't know.
Dan,
Five or 25 Venmo.
Hold on, let me just do this.
I mean,
Dan,
Dan's probably a better wrestler than me, to be honest.
hold on, Dan. You give me your honest opinion, not cocky Planet Dan, and your assessment of you versus Jay, and then Jay, you give your assessment honestly, and you have a minute to do it. Dan, go ahead.
I think I would just honestly beat him. I mean, I don't think it's about being a dick or anything. It's just a matter of that I'm physically stronger and I have much more experience wrestling.
Smarter.
And I'm and I'm
penis bigger,
big penis.
Is your penis bigger?
And I think I'm just inherently meaner.
Dan, do you think you of the?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, you're in.
I think it's more of the
starting-
mental fortitude that he wouldn't allow himself to lose.
He's mentally meaner than most human beings. I mean, Jay, Steve, Jimmy, Bubba.
I'm going to be like David Goggins,
Probably
and I'm going to get into my inner bitch.
I'm a happy wasp.
Don't be a bitch, Jay.
Dan, the only person that I could put in the meanness category, like of all my crew, Steve, Jay, Tom Bean, Fabrizi, Jimmy, Pitty, Jeff Giargante, Rob Elder, like Jay, the posse, right?
Yep.
The boys. The only person that I could put up who probably is as mean and maybe even meaner would be Fabrizi.
Yeah.
Because he is a dick.
Yeah.
Oh,
he either likes you or he doesn't.
Didn't he challenge?
He is a dick, and he is a badass. I've seen him he's had a pool contractor come out and do like a remodel on his pool. The guy's doing it wrong, and Fabrizi's looking at the plans and telling him he's doing it wrong. And the guy gets a little bit lippy, and Fabrizi takes his shirt off and say, "Come on, let's go, bitch."
Brian from Philly, 25 on the
A guy
Venmo.
that's working on his pool, and Fabrizi takes his, "Come on, let's fight, bitch."
I stood up at my
challenge,
kitchen table
Rob
to a
Kahn?
guy.
Did he challenge Rob Kahn?
I did the same thing. I was sitting at my kitchen
What?
table, and a guy selling me storm-proof windows was like, literally, I stood up, and I'm like, is this the way it's going to happen?
But didn't he challenge Rob Kahn, and Rob Kahn took him down in
Yeah,
2
let's not
seconds?
talk about that.
Oh.
It was during my bachelor party at the dollhouse, and Fabrizi was just,
How funny was
gourded out of his mind. He was completely gourded, and he was paying for it all too, so he's keeping score. And we're in the back, and Rob Kahn's supposed to be there. Like, Rob Kahn's on my list, but Richard doesn't know Rob Kahn. But Richard knows everybody else, but he doesn't know Rob Kahn, so Rob Kahn kind of looks out of place, okay?
Yeah.
But Rob Kahn's on my list. So Fabrizi comes up and says, "Hey, buddy, you need to get out of here. This is for, Bubba only. It's a Bubba bachelor party." And Rob so politely explains, "Hey, I know you. You're Richard, and I'm Rob Kahn. I'm the Gracie Tampa guy, and I've been on Bubba's show a few times, and him and I are pretty good friends, and he has me on. I'm on the list. I don't care if you're on the list or not, and I don't care about that fake ass karate stuff that you do."
Oh.
So hold on. It gets better.
Oh my God.
So just imagine Fabrizi, right? And he's not really much bigger than Richard. I mean, than Rob.
They're comparable in size.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he's jacked. Fabrizi's jacked from catching tarpon all day and all the cool things that he does. So Rob goes, well, first of all, it's not fake karate, but you can think about whatever you think. But I can assure you that I'm on the list, and let's get Bubba to verify for me. Rob's being a complete gentleman, complete. And Richard goes, "I'll tell you who's going to verify it. I am. Now get the hell out of here." And he grabs Rob by the back of his shirt.
Oh,
No,
that's
he
not
did
the
not.
move.
Yeah, and
For real?
for real. Hold on.
Oh, my
And the
God.
next thing I know is I got Caesar from Rubber City coming to me because I'm in the middle of the corner getting lap dances saying, "Rob Kahn is choking out Richard." And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Rob Kahn is choking out Richard, and Richard won't tap, and it's all bad." Now, so you got to understand. You got to understand. Caesar his son went on to be, a 4-time state champion wrestler, and Caesar himself was a state champion wrestler, like back in '84,
Brandon?
like
from Brandon.
yeah, Countryside, then Brandon.
Okay,
Countryside.
yeah. Countryside had a great team back in the day too.
Then Brandon. So Caesar. So Anna, he knows what's happening because he has a wrestling background.
Right.
So I go up there and I go, Rob, please stop. And Richard's almost out. And Rob goes, I just want this dude to know that I'm in, like, am I in, and I'm like, Richard, yes, of course he's invited. That's Rob Kahn. Richard gets up and he pays the bill and leaves.
He did?
Yes, he was so mad. He was so mad because nobody's ever manhandled him like that. Right?
With the quickness, too, I'm sure.
Yeah, like nobody's ever manhandled him like that. Nobody's ever. And so Rob even told him, listen, I'm just telling you, before this escalates, this fake karate stuff that you speak of is not good. It's just please leave me alone. Just go get Bubba, please.
Did Rob tell you the story from his perspective?
No, I saw half of it, and I got the other accounts from people that watched the whole thing.
I'd love to hear his account of that one day.
Well, Rob will just tell you, I tried my hardest.
I'll ask him about it on Thursday.
Brown Eyed Girl, 20 on the Venmo.
Oh, it was so
That's epic.
incredible.
Larry Brocky, Hoosier Brock, 25 on the Venmo.
All right, so hold on here. How about, Lummy, so that we're not too far behind and we're actually a little bit of ahead, I do some words and then we call Matt Hoxie next to really drill down on this. Does he want laid? Does he want to come?
Twice.
Does he want to attend? I meant.
Yeah.
Does he want to attend the party? Can he be a Lucerini's, bunkmate? Because I don't want to. If I don't have to buy a hotel room, I want to try to save as much money as I can. But I'll pay for your airfare, get you a couple $100 and some spending money for food and stuff. And I think I can get you some ass from Caitlin Hatley.
Woo.
How much of that do you want, Mr. Hoxie? I'll call you next.
He's the self-proclaimed master marketer of the decade.
You hook up with me, boom! All of a sudden you got people wanting you.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Is he running for your office?
I don't know. You got a handshake. I wanted a handshake.
Hey, buddy. Hello,
JD.
Macho, come back there.
Is this a
That's probably.
Yell at him. Tell him to sleep with the windows open so he can.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like it. It's cool.
Hi, Gloria. I said yes, Bubba.
I'm curious to know how Matt Hoxie found out about the cheating.
Yeah, you should let Anna ask the nosy questions, Bubba. Or let
How
him
to
know.
find out?
Yeah. There's nothing worse than that. Have you had that happen to you before?
Well,
Yeah.
nothing to know of, no.
Yeah.
No.
There's nothing worse than that feeling in your stomach when your girl cheats on you. That's the absolute worst.
There's an argument to be made. I listen to a lot of red pill stuff. That it's worse when the woman cheats.
Well,
it's like more
it
devastating.
only. I don't even know that that one was a cheat, but when my first fall in love, that was an absolute cheat. I went to college and had a girlfriend here, and she was a high school kid. And what did they do? Cheat.
But you went to college.
And I didn't.
Huh.
I didn't. I never have. So. And then college was a blast.
And that was confirmed.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Good day on money today. Thank you, everybody. It really
Yes,
helps. I'm just appreciative. Thank you.
Yeah, it's unusual for like a woman to stray if she's in love with you.
But it's not. Yeah, right. But I don't think it's hard when they're 15 or 16.
Okay, but forget that. But like a grown person.
Right.
Typically, it's like they're already checked out of the
Right.
relationship.
With my.
Yeah.
I'm out of town for work and I can't find you.
Yeah.
That with that person, I was like,
Yeah.
that was like. So I don't know that.
Even if it's not
Right.
technical, I still think that there's a level of
It was
just
a
this is
deception.
disrespectful.
Disrespect.
Yeah, where it's just like
Worse. It's almost as worse than anything.
You think this is appropriate behavior.
Right. At the beginning. What's
Yeah.
it gonna get like in 10 years?
Because it's, and here's the thing, like when it comes to something like that, it's never just one decision. It was like, oh, he's going to be there. I'm going to go. Oh, he's doing that. I'm going to do it too.
Sure.
Oh, he's staying.
It's a
I'm
series
stay
of
too.
life.
Oh, so it's just like there were so many
That's
checkpoints.
the way. That's the way
and
my
she had all of them.
Right. That's the way my mind worked. And so it was like I went from complete P-whip to like who I am now. I'll never look back.
Well, I think it shows a certain amount of respect for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That a line was crossed, a boundary was crossed, and
Yeah.
so.
But it's all good now.
Yeah.
It's a little warm in here. Look up, Joe. Nick, how's everybody doing? No, Dan. They did not. What up, Fin 212? Morning, Grouper Lips.
Pinky Las Vegas, Mario.
Happened that ass.
What up, Dr. Dan's Bloomin' Onion, Sister Girl Tease, Bubba Army Mom, HS Bubba Fan 69, Nick, my buddy. What up, Iggy?
I don't
Why you
need
blocking
to
me?
know. I just like to know.
NC Surf, what up?
Thank you,
And
Will
everyone
Wilson.
else does too. I'm just doing the dirty work.
Some sort of peanut butter ripple, Joe. I do. I love peanut butter.
Like what?
I love it. I can just eat it with spoonfuls
Spoon-
right out of the
oh,
jar. I
fuck
can eat
yeah.
I can eat a half a jar in about 4 seconds.
Yeah.
What up,
That's
Mike?
so
How you
good.
doing, buddy? I did, Mike, and nothing works. I wish that the vitamins worked. I tried them. Bubba had something else for me this weekend to try. That didn't really work.
Oh, for sleeping?
Yeah, I mean, nothing does it other than just getting in the bed and wrestling around and trying to get as much.
Are you
sleep as I
papping
can.
it up?
I'm trying.
CPAPing it up?
Yep, trying a little bit. Doesn't really work great. Thank you so much for trying, though, Mike. I appreciate it.
I've tried one on before. You have to get used to it because it's.
Oh, it's
fucking delicious.
claustrophobic. It sucks. You know, believe it or not, GR, I like Jeff and Skippy.
T-shirt will 20 on the Venmo.
Peter
Not
Pan.
the best.
Not
Yeah,
the
let me- I
best
think you
way,
got-
I love 'em.
All the palm oil that
Yeah.
you
Are you behind?
No, I got all of them.
On and tell Matt Hoxie that my wife will now make it.
I tried to
eating
sprinkle
bitch
them in
cake
'cause there was a
instead of
lot.
The anniversary cake. Well, that's great.
I've tried that too, Joe. That gives me a little bit of a hangover and it doesn't make me sleep real well.
We got like eight
Danny will.
in
No,
like
melatonin.
4 minutes.
I could take a
I
full
know.
Ambien.
I've got an idea. Time to man up.
I gotta poop so bad.
Man up and be brutally honest.
And you're calling me crazy?
Or I'm gonna kill you. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
For everybody that's bitching about yesterday's show not being available on YouTube, mostly on YouTube, we are in the middle of clearing various copyright violations, mostly Dolly and Cher's performances, so it'll be up. It's going to take a couple days to get all that cleared out, but it'll be up. Anna, by the way, I didn't think I had any nonethelesses yesterday.
You actually did not. I have been keeping track. You haven't had one since.
Jeez, what used to be a crutch? Look at me nailing it, bitches. About to get mine nonetheless. First one of the day.
You haven't had one since the 24th. No, I'm sorry, the 22nd.
And
Wednesday.
by the way, everybody knowing that I'm scrambling to make payroll, we've been getting 10'd and 25'd up, Lummy. Are you behind or you got everybody
I
now?
got everyone, but I think I
It's
kind
been
of
just such a
sprinkled it
great
in.
day, man.
And thank you guys so much. They really come
Boy,
in a clutch.
35225 on the Venmo. Brian from Philly, 25. Brown on Girl, 20. Larry Brocky, 25. And T-shirt Will, 20 on the Venmo.
It's just, It's just unbelievable
Tumbling.
how they come together to help you out. And I tell you when I need a little help, and you guys help me out. And you like the show, we like you. It's just a win-win. And there's no other content provider that has the same template we do. And it's not even like if you tell the average radio guy or content, producer our template of, of monetization, they like, nuh-uh. Like, yeah. Yeah. We're pretty much listener funded. Are we not? Kind of like boy, Dan was awful farty today, was he not? Jay?
Farty?
Jeez,
I literally said to him in the middle of the conversation, I said, do you even know that you're farting right now in front of us? It's like an old man that doesn't know that it's coming out. He thinks he can just like squeak it out. No one will notice.
He's loud. He's very loud.
I mean,
It's really funny.
Everybody quiet. This is Matthew Hoxie. And maybe, Lummy, some of the money that's coming in today is knowing that I got to pay for Matthew Hoxie's airfare, and I got some expenses coming up.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm trying to do the right thing. We all know the story of Matt Hoxie. I married him and his lovely wife.
Lovely wife? Cheating whore, you mean?
At the time, his lovely wife.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we should call her up, too.
After they got matching Bubba Army tattoos.
I forgot
she'll
about
be
that.
regretting that one for, I don't know, 40 years.
I call Matt, tell him I'm so sorry for messing up their wedding. He's like, my wife hates you more than anything in the world. Matt, you there?
I'm here.
How you doing? But now, I've been all over the road, but I think you maybe might get the gist of what I'm trying to throw out there. What's your general consensus and your mindset?
I'll take it off, please.
Yeah.
Now, so hold on.
That means you'll say getting laid as well as having all of it.
Hold on, Jay.
All the above.
Let me surgically go through this, okay,
like
Cobra?
it.
Okay, that'd be great hearing this.
Go ahead.
You're the Cobra. Okay, I'll use you for the clothes. So what I'm saying is, so Matt, obviously I married you and your wife, last year. I completely screwed it up. I felt horrible about it. She's never let you live it down. I called you a couple months ago. Your business hasn't been as good as it was a few years ago, so you didn't qualify. And I wanted it, and I understand, a lot of people aren't doing, as good as they were a couple years ago. That in conjunction with your wife absolutely hating me, just spelled for a recipe of you not being able to attend BARP. And so I think your buddy Mitch Lucerini qualified, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I had you on the phone a few months ago, and I'm like, Matt, what can I do? Can I tell your wife? Can I call her and tell her I'm sorry? Can I send her roses? Can I pay for you guys to come to BARP? Like what? And you're like, at that point, before you knew what you knew, you were like, Bubba, man, she hates your guts. I can't make it to BARP, but and I don't know that she'll ever not hate your guts. The only hope we have is time, and right now is not the time. So I'm like, okay, Matt, sorry, but I did, Matt, unbeknownst to you, as I got a hold of the merch crick, and I go look up Matt Hoxie's ring size from last year, and get him a ring. I'm gonna ship it to him. Just to, that's the least I could do. So I already ordered you a ring. Well, Thanksgiving Day, was it Thanksgiving Day, Matt?
When I found out or when I texted you?
When you texted me.
Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving morning, I wake up. Matt Hoxie has my cell phone, and he texts me that he caught her cheating. And that's all and screw her, and pretty much that was the information that I got. And so I today talked about I didn't think, Matt, just by the tone of your text, I could tell like you didn't really care if I threw her under the bus or not. You were the text was not like, I still love her, please don't say anything. It was not like that at all. It was more like, screw this bitch. I think I interpreted it correctly.
She threw my heart under the bus first, so.
I'm so sorry, Matt. That's terrible.
When
buddy.
did you find out?
So I found out Wednesday night at like 10 o'clock at night. I kind of just finagled her into admitting it.
Really? You cross-examined her into it?
What did you say?
You cross-examined her into an admission? She admitted to you?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because I had.
How'd that go down?
The night it actually happened, I knew something was happening. I looked at Mitch when she left the house because her words were, "You're probably going to have the best night of your life tonight." And I was like, "I don't think so." And she left, and I looked at Mitch, and I said, I think she's going to cheat on me tonight. Well, on Wednesday night, she was just being really mean, and so I told her, if you don't love me, you don't love me. I'm cool with that. Just tell me. And she said, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Oh. And I said, cool, I could work with that. I got up, went to the fridge, drank a big glass of vodka, went to the couch and started Jiffy popping and realized something was missing. So I walked in and I said, are you going to be honest? And she's like, what do you mean? And I said, just tell me you cheated on me because I know it happened already. And we could at least just be honest.
Now, did you know that she did? Did you have that data?
No.
Oh, you're good.
Nice.
Good one.
Yeah.
Well, that's like a federal agent.
Sure
is.
Yeah. She said, yeah, I did. I slept with someone. And I said, it was your boss, right? And she said, yep. And I said, I happen to do it.
Now, hold on. Do you think it was a one-timer, or do you think it's been an ongoing?
It's ongoing.
No, I don't even want to try and think about that.
Right.
When's it ever a one or one off?
How did you know about the boss? This is something obviously you were privy to.
How did you have a gut feeling about the boss?
Just because she wouldn't shut up about him.
Yep.
What a dumb bitch, man.
Every conversation she ever had about her job, every conversation she had about her job, he was always included. So it was just a gut feeling.
Right.
But, yeah, I found out Wednesday night, slept on the couch. Thursday morning, got up, texted you, went to Walmart to buy dog food because I was out of my mind, cried for a couple hours.
Oh, man.
Came home, made Thanksgiving dinner, and hosted my family and everybody and didn't tell anybody what was going on. She was here.
She was there.
We all ate and laughed and had a good time. And then when we left, I took everybody to the bar and I told everybody what happened.
Now,
how did that go?
So hold on now. But now, by the way, Keith Baxter, 50 on the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at the Bubba Army. Thank you so much. So where do you guys stand? Like, have you talked about getting a divorce? Where do you and her stand? What have you communicated to each other?
She's still here because I can't bring it. I can't throw her out right now. I'm trying to be cool.
Right.
I don't think legally you can anyway.
Yeah. I think you got to give. I think legally.
They both have a right to live there.
Right, and I think legally you have to give her 30-day notice, so that means like you have to go live with Mitch Lucerini for like 30 days while she vacates, if indeed.
No, Mitch Lucerini lives here.
Nice.
Oh, perfect. So now.
Yeah, we live together. So he's been through all. He was here at Thanksgiving with me.
Oh my Lord! Did he know before Thanksgiving?
No, wow. I didn't tell anybody until after.
All right, so where are you? Like where are
gimmick with me?
So have you filed? Have you retained an attorney? Have you filed? Have you talked to her about just doing this?
Is she trying to work things out with you, or does she want a divorce?
Does she want you back? Does she?
We're getting a divorce. We're getting a divorce for sure.
Like it's locked in.
Does she want to? Because she was the one that said she wasn't in love with you.
I'd never stick around. So
yeah.
Strong man, Matt.
But yeah,
I respect
you,
buddy.
Been married a year, as you know, and so it shouldn't be that.
And how many times has she thrown my mess up in your face? A lot, probably.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Every time.
How long have you guys been together, just in total?
5 years.
Oof. Okay.
Now, does she have a Bubba Army tattoo?
Yep.
Oh, you need to throw that jab at her too. Hey, bitch, I'm about to my Bubba Army tattoo. I want you don't.
She gets that in the divorce.
Oh no, I did that first night. I said, "How long before you go and get that covered up?"
So, anyway, Matt, here's my proposal. Now, did Mitch already book? Like, was Mitch coming or no?
No, we both are pretty destitute, so we both were we weren't really in a way. That's why I said we're about to both start selling our butts to try and get on a trip to Tampa.
Maybe start male prostitution.
So
right.
No, he hasn't booked anything. We just started talking about it.
Well, now would you guys drive? Could you guys drive, or would you guys fly?
We would have to fly. Neither of us have vehicles that can. I drive a big transport bus. And he drives a truck that probably wouldn't make it.
So do me a favor. Matt, could you get online and try to find out what the cheapest airfare for you and him, and that would be getting in on Thursday morning and then leaving on Sunday. I would pay for your guys' airfare. And I'll also get you guys at the host hotel. You guys got to. I mean, I'll get you 2 queens. I mean, you guys can share a room at least. I'm assuming.
Big E said Breeze Airways is $64 round trip from Charleston.
Hold on, Breeze Airlines is like
$64 round trip from Charleston.
Yeah,
and that's what Big E's flying.
So Matt, you or Mitch Lucerini, get that airfare. Get in here on Thursday morning. Now, Matt, do you want me?
Yes,
do you want a session with Caitlin Hatley to really, really, really have? Is that gonna hurt your divorce? You think, Jay? Do you think that could legally hurt his divorce if we got him laid with Caitlin?
I don't know what the laws are where he is, but in Florida, it doesn't matter if you're cheating.
I really appreciate that, but that wouldn't help anything. Really.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to get you some ass.
You know what I mean? That would probably just make the situation worse. The best thing I can do is be
just
there
go have
with y'all
fun
for my anniversary.
Yeah.
Now, can I bring you up and said, we would be celebrating this guy's 1-year anniversary, but the bitch cheated on him. Everybody put your hands together for Matthew Hoxie. I mean, can I do that?
Oh, yeah, I might try and get a shirt made that says something, fantastic.
All right, so do me a favor. I'm going to price out those or maybe I can do it. I'll check it.
I'll see it for like 110.
Well, hold on. Well, Big E just booked. I mean, Big E's flying that. He lives in Charleston. I mean, Breeze Air, $64.
All right, what day is Big E leaving?
He said it's that whole week. That whole week is the same price.
Do they fly every day? They fly every day?
Yeah.
So they fly every day.
Yep.
What's the arrival? Oh, yeah, since it doesn't matter since he's not blasting Caitlin.
No.
So get in on Thursday and leave on Sunday. That gets you to the Tate's pizza party. That gets you to Bubba 199 and it gets you to the festivities.
Arrival is Thursday morning, Big E said.
Yeah, Big E. And then is he flying out Sunday?
Yes, he is.
All right. Can we get Big E? Matt, do you have Matt Hoxie's number?
Sure, yeah. I'll get everything.
Put those together.
Yeah, I will.
And then, how much is it?
$64. And Florida Stanley from on the Cash App, $64 for the airfare.
So it's 64.
Oh, I see 32 now.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
That's
for
crazy.
one way?
We just
one way on it.
Matt, I'm going to book your hotel room. I got your hotel room. I'll book that. I'll have Merch Crick book that today. And, and then you guys need to book your airfare on Breeze ASAP. Get with Big E, and then let me know what that is. And even if you need the money before you book it, I'll send you guys 3, 4, 5, however much, I'm now, Matt, do you got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all that?
Oh, yeah, I was the very first person that qualified on Venmo.
There you go. So I'll Venmo you the money for both you and Mitch's ticket. I'll get you a hotel room and some spending and some walking around cash, and we'll see you at BARP. Okay, bud?
Awesome. I love you guys so much. Thank you.
And we are so sorry about that, but yet we're not. Like, we're kind of happy that you've been liberated by this uptight bitch, and that it's almost like Bubba Army 1 on this one.
Yeah.
Bubba Army 1, uptight bitch who hated me 0.
Right, and it's before you had kids and all that kind of stuff.
I was going to be the reason we'd get a divorce. Luckily, I held strong.
Well, so anyway, Hoxie, you got my number. Book you and Mitch, or if you need the money before you book, give me the number that you need. Okay, I'll shoot you, like 100 extra, just so you got a little bit of walking around cash to the airport, and then I'll book your hotel room today. And then I'll Venmo you another couple $100, in like January as we get closer, okay?
Awesome.
But Matt
Awesome.
Hoxie and Mitch Lucerini are gonna be at BARP, bitches. Woo! Okay?
Yahoo!
Yeah.
Matt, keep me in touch. Let me know how much I need to send you, okay, buddy?
10-4.
But get a hold of Big E and get on that flight,
Big
okay?
E's already messaged Matt, so.
All right, perfect. Hox, we love you, buddy.
I love you guys, man. So does Mitch. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Las Vegas Mario, 25 on the Venmo. Mitch DeMarc's dad, 10 on the Venmo. And Big Red, $100.
Big
Brian
Red.
Miles, 20 on the Venmo.
Who?
Thank you, guys.
Brian Miles, 20 on the Venmo.
Oh, they said Maria Guatemala. Hello, who's this? You got in on a technicality because I usually don't take phone calls. I put them on hold because you guys disrupt my flow. So you knew that I had open lines because I had Hoxie on, and then you muntied yourself right in on my lines, didn't you? Don't lie, bitch.
Hello, Bubba.
Yeah.
It's Charlie.
Oh, jeez.
Hi, Charlie.
So I'm trying to figure out.
Lummy, is exactly is it exactly how what I predicted, Lummy? Is this guy knows
He called
that
the minute.
that I don't take phone calls, and I probably because of him.
Yep.
And so I do not take phone calls because of this troll. And he hears me open up the phone lines for Mitch Lucerini. He's such a troll, Lummy, that he even knows how to circumvent getting on the air kind of deal. That's how much of a troll he is. But he hates us, and he's gonna accuse us of some kind of
can't figure
shakedown.
Yeah, he can't figure out.
It's real
the
easy
Hogan
how we
thing,
make money. We make money from Facebook. We make money from YouTube. We make money from Rumble. We make money from Twitch. We make money from our affiliates.
Hey,
we
Bubba.
make money from our endorsements. We make money from our podcasting,
Hey,
and we make money from Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. And we also make money from the brand new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. So I answered your question. How do I make money? That's how I make money. I got like 16 or 17 different monetization sources, my friend.
Are you going to let me speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm trying to figure out, you obviously have sponsors. You've got the guy with the little wrestling belt around his arm. You've got the skinny guy that looks like AIDS is eating his body up. You've got the woman, the Hispanic woman that serves no purpose on your radio show. Who pays you?
What do
How
you look
make
like?
money?
You start with personal insults? What a jackass you are. I'm going to become Danny for a second. Why don't you stop calling the show and stop bothering everybody? You're a complete jackass.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're just ruining
Hispanic.
content. She's Jewish. I'm Italian. Sorry that I'm in shape, you fat, out of shape bastard. Stop calling the show.
What do you look like? What do you got going
Let's send
for
a
you? What do
picture
you
of
what do you do for a living?
Let's see what you look like at 53.
Easy, Jack.
I'm a comedy writer. I'm a comedy writer.
Yeah, I can tell from your intro.
Easy, Jay. Jay's running way loose. He's so loose, he's drifting that corner right now. Two breaking it. Woo!
He did say he's going to be like Dan.
So listen, buddy. Obviously, you don't like the show, or you like it so much that you want to hate it.
No, Bubba. You won't give me a chance to speak. Give me a chance to speak.
All right, and so you're a comedy writer, and what's your most published piece?
And none of your first jokes hit.
All right, Jay, thanks.
Well, I've written for SNL. I've written for the Tonight Show, but that's irrelevant. I'm trying to figure out. I don't get your program.
Then stop listening.
I don't get it.
Well, some people do. Some people do get it. Some people like it, and I'm able to make a living from those people. So what else is to know?
Can I? No, I'm not trying. No, I don't want to be the antagonist of that person that calls in. That's that asshole. But how do you make money? Who pays your salary?
The fine people that we affectionately call the Bubba Army.
Why would you share anything with this guy?
Then hold on, because I'm ultra transparent, and then, sir, from the various platforms that I mentioned before, I got like 16, 17 other revenues of sources of monetization, including merchandise, Bubba Army HQ, Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. And at Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, affiliates each pay an affiliate fee. I have spoken word endorsements. I get paid through podcasting. So I just answered your question. You asked me who pays me. I just told you.
He has 6 million downloads. He's got 100 million views. How do you think he makes his money, you jackass?
So that comes with that information that Jave gave you. I'm able to carve a living out on, and pay a staff.
Okay. Did you notice that when you guys speak, I shut my mouth. I never say anything. I listen to you, right?
And I'm listening to you now.
Okay. So Bubba, let me ask you a question. Maybe I can contribute something to your cast. I'm a semi-funny individual. How can I potentially contribute to your cast?
Okay, now what's your first name?
Charles.
All right, Charles. First of all, Charles, I think you being as smart as you claim to be and as accomplished of a
no.
You're interrupting him. You just said you weren't going to interrupt. Hold on. You just said
Charles. I did not interrupt you. You said, will you let me speak? I did. You were done, and now I'm answering your question. So don't interrupt me. Okay? Now, Charles, I think this could have gone a whole different way, Charles, if you had called the show and given me a list of your credentials and potentially who you've written for and the things that you've done, and friendly said, in a friendly type way, or at least a non-confrontational type way, said, I'd like to help contribute for your show. But instead, you tried to pick apart my current staff and then tell me how good you are. You know that's completely, if you're as smart as you say you are and you've worked for the places that you've said you've done, that's completely not the way things happen. When you got your Saturday Night Live gig, if indeed you did, you didn't call up Lorne Michaels or whoever runs the show and say, hey, let me tell you about your first 3 sketches, how stupid they were, and I'd like to offer my services. No, instead, you called up and said, are you guys currently looking for any writers? Because I'd love to write for you. And they probably interviewed you. Hold on. I'm not done, Charles. Don't interrupt me. I'll be done very shortly, and you can rebut. Okay, bud? So when you got your big Saturday Night Live gig, you didn't do it by, when you were interviewing with a person, tell them how much their staff and writing sucks. You probably just told them that you're a writer and you like to work for them, and they hired you, supposedly. You didn't cut on them. You didn't tell them how stupid John Belushi was or Eddie Murphy was or Dan Aykroyd was or anything like that. You just, offered your services. Do you know how much cooler it would have been had you done that with me and you said, Bubba, you know what? I occasionally watch the show. Don't really know much about it. It's kind of tough to follow along. I'm a comedy writer. Maybe I can help out. Do you know how much more ahead of the game we would be right now and how much less of a dick you would look like right now instead of a troll like you do?
Cervix Bruiser 50 on the Venmo.
Go ahead, Charles. Your turn, buddy.
So if you go to the SNL website, and if you want to contribute, or if you're an actor, a comedian, an actress, and you want to write for their show, they basically say, don't contact us. Do you want to know how I got a gig writing for SNL?
Not really, but I'm all ears. Go ahead, bud.
So I wrote about 70 jokes over a 3-day period. And I sent all those jokes registered mail to Lorne Michaels and to the cast of like 13 or 14 people in the show. Guess how many days they contacted me to say, hey, listen, we'd like you to audition to write for our show.
How many days, Charles?
8 days.
Okay. Charles, may I ask you a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. You didn't get that gig because you insulted them. You didn't get that gig because you insulted them right out of the box. You got that job. You got that job because you just provided some funny insight right out of the box. You were positive and funny right out of the box. That's not what you were with me. You were a
Stanley, $100 Snipes. Stewart, $100 Snipe.
See ya.
That's how I was making it funny.
$100 Snipe.
That's how you can contribute to the show. Let everyone snipe you.
I love it.
I think Jay made an unbelievable point in the fact that if he had just called and said, Bubba, don't really get your show, but I've stumbled upon it. I think I might be able to help.
Do you know what the undertone is?
He called
there?
like 3 weeks ago.
The undertone is he wants to get paid.
He pushed this deal. He wouldn't stop calling.
The undertow, Jay, is he's a troll.
The undertone is he wants to, how can I contribute, which means how can I get paid for contributing? There is no way for that to happen for you, Charles. What skit did you write? The writing on Saturday Night Live and on The Tonight Show for the last 6 years has been pathetic. I'd love to know what skit you actually wrote. Next time you call in before we snipe you, why don't you tell us the skits? Get that on your list, buddy.
Oh my God, I feel so nauseous. Once again, we overstepped the boundaries of good taste.
The man who will define this cancer eating at the heart of America.
More Bubba the Love Sponge after this.
Yeah.
I think I owned him.
You absolutely did.
I mean, that was funny.
You absolutely did. It was funny.
Like, I'm Hispanic.
Yeah, you're Hispanic. Jay's got AIDS. Lummy's stupid.
No. He just said I had a belt.
What is it? The guy with the whatever.
Belt.
He said something like
that. The guy with the little wrestling belt.
Yeah, it was not a compliment. He didn't compliment any of us.
Certainly not.
Bubba was the only one that was. He's the Lorne Michaels.
He's trying to
pigeonhole himself in here to try to get some content where he can make money. Not going to happen, buddy.
But he did make us some money.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was wondering how I could contribute. Just stay on the line. So
just call us once a week, act like a dick, and that's how we make money.
We hate you.
Where's Gary when we need him?
Gary, you know what? We don't know where Gary's been.
Well, you can't call in, Bubba, because
Gary's
the
dead.
phone line's always blocked.
Oh, that's right.
And I was just kind of joking.
Great.
The phone line's been blocked for a couple weeks now.
Yeah, like Jay, I'm the only talk show host that puts his phones on hold.
Yeah.
Every other talk show host needs callers to do a show. I don't.
No. Well, I'm sorry I went a little off. Chat seemed to like it.
No, it's okay. It's
No,
fine.
I like
We like when the calm cool one loses his shit every once in a while.
I'm gonna get Danny right now.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
Dan.
because you don't lose your shit that much. When you do lose your shit, it extra cool.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you don't lose your shit that much usually.
No, that's just like you said. That's not the way to get yourself in the door. Start with 3 insults.
Bubba, did you see the new Von Erich trailer?
No.
Claw? Actually looks pretty good.
I appreciate that, Finn 212.
Well, I mean, is this Factor Spot the same thing we read last year?
I sent you. I had Macho send it to you.
I always have him my back.
The one you read. Let's see.
I know, but like what I'm saying is, I think that this is the same one.
Oh, Dubuz, you're right. He slandered and defamed me by a comment about me having a loathsome disease. Didn't he say I had AIDS?
Yeah.
That is defamation per se in Florida. Thanks for bringing that up, Dubuz. Dubiz. I don't think I've seen you before. Great point, buddy.
Here, did you see the trailer too? Actually pretty good.
Jades. That's pretty funny, Cold Egg Layer. Jay with AIDS,
Jades. You have
Jades. That's pretty fucking funny.
That's funny.
Because Zac Efron, he really got jacked up for that movie, Joe.
Yeah, Lever Gerber, I couldn't help myself. There's sometimes I just can't help it.
And you shouldn't have
Big Longer, what up?
I mean, did we ever figure out if we had the Sunny bitch on?
Yeah, we did. It was,
Okay, are we working on it?
No, I already looked it up. We didn't. It was a different...
I didn't?
No.
Okay.
It was Luna we had on. I sent you the trailer for that Von Erich movie that... Because we have a bunch of those clips coming out from Hogan. Because that movie's going to drop, I believe, here shortly.
I think it's
I
funny.
do.
Yeah, but I'll probably get a copyright for this, won't I? Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are always
No,
there.
you know I will.
I know.
Let's just come out with... Let's just get the clips ready, though.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal.
What a day.
At the Bubba Army, thank you. Even 10, 15 bucks. I got payroll Wednesday at midnight. Jay, this is one of the months where you have 3 payrolls.
I know. Don't I know?
Yeah, I know. I know. Danny doesn't know.
He has no idea.
I mean, I don't even know that he knows that when payroll is.
I bet he doesn't know what payroll, how much it is.
Yeah, I know to the dollar what I have to come up with by Wednesday at midnight.
Yep. Pity does.
Oh, Pity, no.
I just have to ask Pity.
Yeah, you have to ask. Let's just be honest. You don't know. You'd have to ask Pity.
I just have the most trustworthy man in the world taking care of it for me.
I know.
Yeah.
How long has Pity worked for you?
Probably 3 years now.
He wasn't over at Adams and Diaco?
No, he ran a Mayflower moving company with his family for 25 years and worked 6 days a week, 60 hours for 25 years, and he finally said to his brother, "I'm out. I can't do this anymore."
I couldn't do it for fucking 60 minutes.
No, it was not like a high profit margin business. It was a high annoyance business because people suck during a move.
And it's a high fucking stressful.
Yeah.
Like, you said my furniture was going to get here on Wednesday, and now it's Thursday, you motherfucker.
And then they all say, you took my furniture, and so he's been dealing with that forever. So
because the truck fucking blew a tire in Arkansas and had it fucking, it was a day late, right?
Yeah. When he came, I said, listen, it's a 9 to 5. He's never worked just 9 to 5 in his life. And I said, I'll never need you on the weekend. Ever. You'll never have to check your email again on the weekend.
And Penny's partying compared to what used to be.
Oh, yeah, we're having a good time together.
And his office is just right around, like, you guys got a little secret. Don't you guys got a little secret door to get?
We have a little way.
Yeah, you got a little secret, like.
Yep, through Darlene's office, I can slip in there.
Right. Do you ever go in that way?
Most of the time.
Right. Here we go.
Guess what? Time for insults aplenty. And they're all from the heart. Collateral damage of the truth. Bubba the Love Sponge.
Man, that guy was a dick, huh? But he was good for the money.
Call back.
Matt Hoxie, get a hold of me, buddy. Let me know. I need to send you some money. After I make payroll Wednesday night, if I got some left, buddy, it's going right to you, kid. I'm going to get you and Mitch Lucerini here at BARP. I mean, there's a bunch of wrestling stuff coming out.
Yes, there is.
That we can kind of piggyback on the pop culture-ness. And I know that you and Red are currently working on the Von Erich stuff. Von Erich's got a new documentary. It's about the Von Erichs, the wrestling royalty out of Texas that ruled the entire Texas territory for years, starting with the Daddy Von Erich.
It's a full-blown movie with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Who completely got jacked for it.
So hold on. They dropped the Hogan biopic, right? Because remember, it was scheduled to go. They dropped that and went to the Von Erich deal.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, Hogan, we had Hogan on the air several times, kind of stretching the truth a little bit. Don't you think?
Well, a lot of people have come out recently and said that that's what he did a lot.
Hogan?
Yeah.
Lying?
Doesn't he claim to have talked to Kerry Von Erich or was on a plane with Kerry?
Plane back from Japan.
14-hour flight, brother.
2-3 days before he killed himself.
And I think people have gone on to say that wasn't true.
Yeah, they say
brother,
that,
he was just telling me that whole flight how much he didn't want to kill himself, brother.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and they said Von Erich was never in Japan and yada yada.
All right,
yada.
so we're working on Hogan and the Von Erich deal to go to coincide with the new Von Erich documentary. We'll have some shorts and some Hogan stuff up on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
YouTube channel at The Bubba Army. Make sure you subscribe. We're over 100,000 now, and we're gonna get. Lummy, I had to fill out. They sent me like the special kayfabe super 9,000 email where I had to verify my real name and like my social security number and my date of birth and the address that I wanted it shipped, the name of how I wanted it spelled engraved on the plaque. So like, I would say within the 2 or 3 weeks, we'll have our new YouTube play button.
Awesome.
And so, answering your answer, was it Charles? Answering your question, Charles, we are, we make money through YouTube is one of our sources to the point where we've been awarded an award from them. It's their lowest award, but only
it's the first.
99.
It's a stepping stone.
99% of content creators don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're the 1%er.
Yeah, for real.
That's incredible.
Even Alexa said that.
Well, it's working better now because now when I wake up every morning, if I turn on YouTube, you're the first thing that shows up on my box from subscriptions because it knows I pay attention. A year ago, it wasn't doing that. So I don't know if it's just that the amount of content and the regularity that these guys are doing between Rhett and Mach, but it seems like...
Well, it's that in conjunction with we figured out various algorithms, hashtags, how to
everything's
thumbnail
working
up.
better.
But once you hit 100,000, I think, Rhett, you might be able to testify that they kind of start promoting you a little bit different.
Yeah, you'll get a little bit better of a rub. As far as the subscription feed, usually YouTube does a pretty good job of making sure that what you watch the most is what you see first.
It's been a lot better, honestly, since you guys have been around.
So anyway, Lummy, I'm so excited to get our little play button. I'm going to have to figure out where I put it up on screen. I didn't ever interview Sunny from the WWE. I never interviewed her. But she was one of the original kind of sexy valet kind of deals. Her and Miss Elizabeth. Well, Sunny is, I think she has been living in Florida, as a lot of retired wrestlers do. And she really went downhill and became like an alcoholic and stuff like that. And she got into an automobile accident where I think somebody died.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she just got sentenced to
17 years.
17 years for a fatal DUI crash. And here's what she looks like now.
What?
They had a picture of her what she looked like before. It's,
yeah, that's why I'm
stunning.
feeling pretty good about being AIDS boy over here.
Yeah, AIDS boy works compared to what Sonny's
Jade's
working with.
Doing okay, better than Sonny.
Here we go.
Sonny's
This
down.
is her, I think, getting
beast mode.
Can you find me Sonny from the WWE at her sexiest? You know. 17 years.
That's a long time, but you kill somebody, you know. That's no joke.
17 years.
That's pretty much it for her.
Yeah, because she's 50.
Yep.
So you get out when you're 67. I mean, please. You should be retired by the time you're 67.
No doubt. You're coming out as a felon.
Yeah, so hold on. This is what she used to. Yep. That's what
God.
she. Yeah.
That's a fall from grace.
Wow. I thought you could say Bubba the Love Sponge fell from grace. Look at, she's beautiful.
See, Bubba, you do look amazing. Like Howard said, you have aged gracefully.
I got your brother. Let's just be honest.
No, you got good genes. You got better genes than she does.
No, but I also go and get a little something here, and a little something. That Morpheus machine. Here's what I understand. Your brother, he's your brother. So, Jay, I would be on that Morpheus machine every 3 months like he says you need to be. And meanwhile, you and Steve never go in there.
I'm all natural.
Okay. Well, that only works so long, buddy.
Right now, I don't want to give you a core off. I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
That was
Sunny.
her? That was Sunny.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
You look great natural, but Jay, you could even be keeping a little bit tighter. And it ain't like you don't know a guy, bitch. Jesus. Finally, I got all the wives of the Diacos on the Diaco train. Unfortunately, Dan's wife was the last one to get them.
Even her own biological sisters.
Yes.
That really surprised me.
Candle had them. Krista had them. Romina's biological sisters had them. And Romina didn't.
Arlene has. No, I'm just kidding.
She's all natural.
Arlene. Can you imagine if Arlene had some big pumped up willies?
I got a big hearing on Friday, Bubba. I'm not going to be able to be here.
No problem,
I gotta
buddy.
go in person.
No problem. This is one of those suited up willies?
Yeah, suited up Willie in person.
Nice
hearing.
watch.
Oh, yeah.
Nice watch. Snakeskin shoes.
No.
Only Dan would wear snakeskin shoes. We will be on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Bubba Army HQ audibly at 10:20 for the after show. See you then.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Co-host and show historian, Lummox.
Co-host, Anna Hummel.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Brett, the Filthy Ginger, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.